Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Andrew, Lord of the Pencil Hander-Outers. But I'm also playing Zero, the Infiltrator.
The what?
The what Infiltrator?
What's your race?
Oh,
What's your species?
The
Oh, no.
Valinol.
Me too.
Valinol, y'all. We're gonna learn it. We're gonna learn me good.
Yep. And
I'm Chiron. My character's name is Killian, and he's also a Valinol, who is his brother.
yeah, there we go.
Yay. My name is Erica with a K, and I play a character named Karsa with a K. She's also a Valinol, specifically a Lunanol, and she is a social media influencer.
Is that her class?
No, it's not. I don't tell people my class. Keeps them on the back burner. The important things.
Social media influencer is the most important thing.
Exactly. I'm a melder.
Well, there you go.
I'm Audie, and I'm playing Holly with an I, the Lexipicus. Yes!
Did it.
Engineer medic.
First time.
My name is Ryan. I'm playing Crag, the warrior.
All right.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Anya. She is the human central.
Okay. So, welcome, everybody. New friends, old friends. Welcome back. Thank you for being here first time. Couple of quick announcements. Do I have any good announcements that... what? I don't think I do have good announcements. No, we do have a sponsor this year, primarily for our Monday show, but we're going to be getting some gifts for our sci-fi players. So we want to give a shout out to our friends over at Norse Foundry. Hello, dear friends. If you guys are interested in getting dice from Norse Foundry and you use the link down below, you get like a 15% discount, which is really considerable. They have more expensive dice sets, but they're all aluminum, jewels, and they're really freaking awesome. So we're going to have those to show off at some point. If you guys like what we do here, we do have a Patreon. Head on over there, check that out. And we've been posting more things. You get early access to the podcasts for both this show and Disasters in Danger, which is on. That's right. So this podcast should be going up this week. We're working on logos, I'm told. So yeah, things are going really well. This is week 2 of our new season. We launched last week, so we are very, very excited. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Does anybody else have business they would like to plug or promote or channels? You guys play over with Indigo Chameleon, correct?
We do.
Yes.
We're over at Indigo Chameleon. Me and Ryan, we play on their Friday game, which is not happening this Friday because our DM has to take his wife out or whatever.
Something about Valentine's Day.
Gross.
Right.
We play on Never, which is based in Neverland.
Oh.
Ryan plays a skeleton pirate bard, and I play a Goliath Spore Druid.
There you go.
So
lots
much
of fun things. Yeah, we love Indigo Chameleon. We were able to play on their channel. Sometimes they get to come over here for Disasters. It is really a blast hanging out and having them as friends for the channel. Andrew, do you have anything running right now?
Channel wise?
Yeah.
Oh no, nothing channel wise.
Okay.
Just my usual
Cool.
D&D on Saturday.
Just you. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
my
What
wild
store is that at?
It's in Windows, Claremont. It's a comic book store and
Nice.
it's a game store as well. So,
Nice. Good
yeah.
times. All right. I think I made up enough announcements for this week. Yep. I don't know. We don't know what's happening Friday for us for this channel. We're trying to figure out which players we have available because I, in all honesty, did the sitcom boyfriend thing and forgot it was Valentine's Day. Whoops. I knew there was a Valentine's Day coming.
Somewhere.
And I know what day it is. I know it's February 14th. Where I fail is what day is today. Right? Like, that's the issue. It's like, oh, I know Valentine's Day coming up. It's February 14th. Wait, what day is it?
Wait,
What's right now?
Oh, shit.
wow.
No, but So we do have some. We have some players. We might do something. We might not do something. We don't know. We're gonna figure that out. If it's only like 3 of us, we will probably down Friday. Unfortunately, because my health is down Friday for the past few weeks. But we do love Friday. We care about Friday. But we're gonna be back with Gloomhaven on Saturday. That I can definitely tell you. Let's get into it, guys. Our adventure is currently centered on the Nixus, the traveling, as it were, moon-sized central planetoid created by the Nixophasier and serving as the central hub, sort of on a galactic tour of the home systems of what are the administrative races, the Valinol, the Rostax, the Uhu, the Shazur, and the Zod. Also, featuring a large number of humans in Lixivicus. They are otherwise known as the elevated races. Recently, from the Nixus, a central wormhole has begun to open and close at a variety of frequencies, as these elevated races are forming corporations, teams, government bodies, all in a rush to uncover Nixophasier technology and ultimately the home planet, Nixo Prime. These teams are known as Gatecrashers. And one team in particular, the Starchasers, are currently have just closed a deal with a Zod minor gang boss, mob boss, minor mob boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you do.
Hi,
As one does in the first session.
Having their Orin units, the entirety of the most recent batch, stolen from beneath the Gatecrasher Council's noses. This mob boss has offered to help you guys find not just your unit, but all of the stolen units. If you are willing to unseat his former leader, his former boss, and basically throw into chaos one of the criminal underground. The name of that group is
Core Shatter.
Yes, Core Shatter. Thank you. That is right. That is your responsibility as members of my games to remember the fun words I say,
Yep.
because I will not.
Not real
And
fast.
then I
Got
will
That's
look
the
to
coolest
you.
name for a mafia ever.
Core shatter.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, you guys have just sort of left that meeting,
Mhm.
and you were on your way back to Starchaser Central. Let's go ahead and call it that until you guys give me a better name for it.
That's a pretty cool
All right.
name.
It's our solid home base.
Yeah, it is your home base. It is a relatively bare warehouse. You have been provided by the Gatecrasher Council. It's sort of your staging ground. Also, any equipment that you guys get, you're going to be able to stash it, store it here while you are on expeditions, when you are going through gates and checking out new planets and star systems and all of those things. It is, while gate crashing, a poor man's home base. But perhaps someday in the future, you'll have your own space station or ship or something
One
like that.
day.
One day. If we
We'll
raise
see.
enough money.
If you pass the driver test. But
Yeah.
eventually we're going to
Which one of
have...
us is driving?
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
drive.
No.
It's fine. Ouch.
Can't...
Isn't that how you got in debt in the first place?
I mean, wait, driving? No.
Losing a bunch of ships? That's how I had it.
Oh, no. That's not quite it.
You can't social media and drive at the same time. It's not
I
safe.
don't do both. I literally have double proficiency in astrophysics. I can drive like nobody's business.
You can navigate
You can
like nobody's
navigate
business.
like
Yeah, okay.
You can navigate.
You can
and
sit-
then you go
wait,
in the club.
so
you
if you
come
were
out,
trying
where'd
to
my shit
drive-
go?
What would the modifier be for driving a spaceship?
So technically, it is dexterity. Yeah, it is.
Okay,
It
still
is
not
a
bad.
dexterity space vehicle.
And then if
Someone
you
else
have
can drive.
proficiency in that vehicle,
So you've literally asked mom to hit the pedals while you try the steering.
I mean, I'm
She
a
just
big girl.
sits-
I can still drive
She just
myself.
sits shotgun and does the navigation.
I feel like this stereotype is something I don't appreciate.
So
Just because I like social media doesn't mean I text and drive, doesn't mean I post and drive.
that's good.
I kid.
Don't do that at home, kids.
Don't do that at home.
Don't do that.
So, all right,
That's all right.
message for the game accomplished. Now let's watch them crash a mob boss's.
Hey.
Right. Now let's get some drugs and orange units.
Yeah,
Casually.
cash, super cash. We are doing a different level up system that we will talk about at the end of the night. But so that'll be a little bit of like a game building behind the curtain kind of thing. If you were here last week, go ahead and check down 1 point. Just give yourself 1 XP. Yep. Okay. Well, I don't know. Write it on your.
Did you want
Future
Did you want
task.
a real?
I think we have wood right there and graphite.
You said wood and graphite lying around?
Yeah, wood and graphite. I think so. A little bit. Yeah. I mean, not as much. Yeah.
Like,
So you guys are back at Starchaser Prime. I will Starchaser Central. Thank you.
Oh,
See,
these are
if
good.
you don't remember, if you don't remember the cool words I
Please,
say,
let's just call it different names every time.
We all know what we're talking about.
I will. So does Haunted Mountain.
That's
Oh yeah, home base.
You guys are there. Your hunter friend Nightshade gets caught up in. I'm going to say probably piecing together. Like you have to file some official paperwork with the Gatecrasher Central Committee, and for some reason, unbeknownst to any of us, she just stomps off and decides she's the one that's going to do this.
We had a little.
You did, apparently.
We had a little.
Considering you stowed away and are now here, maybe she's just like, I need some time.
And she's trying to get you sent home or something.
you've been spaced.
Yes,
Open space.
Central Command. Yeah, GCC. I think I'm always throwing like an extra C up there. That's why I paused a little bit.
I wrote it down
Cool.
somewhere.
GCQ. I like that. What would you guys like to do?
Can you give us the information that we need to take down said crime boss?
Yes. So locations as far as what you have been given. There is it seems that the Shatter Corps run and operate the mass transit system throughout the Nixus. And they have a central repair hub and distribution station that is within the planetoid. And it should be clear this is trying to think of a good visual to describe the Nixus as. So it is completely spherical. I would think, to give it a bad Transformers reference, the Omicron sort of planet, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Are we talking Death Star size? Are we talking?
I would say maybe a little Death Star size, maybe a little bigger. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
Star Killer.
Planet, yeah.
I'm thinking maybe similar to Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets. If you saw that, very interesting. So it it is not a surface planet, nor is it like the Death Star in that you are purely inside the ball. It is a lot of structure of buildings that create the surface in this perfect spherical nature, right? And it is kind of like a board cube, but in a sphere. Yeah, yeah, I would say like visually similar, but the space in between is what is used as surfaces, walkways. Like it has its own atmosphere to it, and it manipulates gravity in such a way that, uh, in an MC Escher sort of way, where there are at any angle you may be down, and you may be able to look up and see another building and people that would essentially be upside down to you, right side up to them.
They did that new, like the most recent Star Trek. They have the space station that was basically on itself.
Kind of, yeah, kind of like that. Not quite a toral, not quite a sigil, because it is a demonstration of the mastery that the Nixophasier had over both atmosphere, gravity, just sort of all of those cosmic forces, mass and space, that it is something in and of itself that is perplexing and potentially physics breaking, in an odd sort of way. They know some of how it works, right? So let me rephrase, they can make it work. They may not understand how it works, right? And that's why it is such a central location, because all of the major races are attempting to understand it, to glean technology and make advancements from it. And so everyone wants to have a presence there so that any discoveries that are made there, they can be a part of, right? They don't want to lose out by ceding a place or a control. And that's why this place is so special. But it's also the demonstration of what is so valuable in Nixophasier technology, and being able to have an exclusive base or an exclusive piece of it, and being able to research it on a company's own or a race's own or political faction's own terms, holds the potential to be revolutionary. So, with all of that being said, near the core of the Nixus, you know that the central gate that you guys are crashing, right, the one that they use to Stargate dial into all these different frequencies, is right at the core. A few kilometers outside of there, maybe 15, 20 outside of the core, there is a transportation hub that is, while officially controlled by the Elevated Races Council, it is unofficially under control of the Transportation Union, which is run by the Shatter Corps. So that is the place that you are looking to assault, essentially. The repair stations bring trains in. They have sort of garages per train to do repairs, maintenance, and relaunches from. There is a central office that is accessible from any of those repair stations. It would be a tight corridor sort of fight through, but speed is important because it is in such a central location and they control the transportation. The Shatter Corps has the capacity to pull soldiers, right, gang members from all across the Nixus. And that is what has made them such a, it is a powerful place to hold. Your ultimate objective, I believe, is the assassination of, does he have a name? Did I give him a name last time? I did not. All right. Names are powerful.
So powerful. He doesn't unicorn. His name is purely an enigma.
His name is that guy.
No one dare breathe his name.
Um,
His name is Trayvon.
so his name is Crystal Lord Kygren. It is a title. Who's my Zode here? Kygren. Kygren. So, as a Zode, it is, there are unofficial sort in your language things that would be like sensei, senpai. Like there are things that denote a hierarchy of less of like official status, more of sort of deference and respect. And one of the ways that those are judged is the crystal outcroppings that have remained unsheared on the body, because they grow naturally and you can trim them, but very much the way a Dothraki wouldn't cut his hair. Most warrior-like Zodes have either like a mane or a particular outcropping that they do their best to leave undisturbed. And so that sort of rough translation in Crystal Lord to the common language denotes him as being not the oldest, but like second from the top as far as length of time that he has gone undisturbed.
He's not major devil. He's like right.
Sure, yeah. He there are definitely a class of like warrior and people and administrator and advisor that are above him, right? But he's up there. Yeah. Yeah. he's like an 8 out of 10 of length, right?
On that Bethesda slider, he's right there.
Sure. Yeah. So we are going
We'll figure that out.
we're going to work out that our new members are already a part of the gate crashing team, Starchasers. No offense, and you're already brothers, so we're going to say you guys know each other. You're already part of the team. We're just going to go with that, because otherwise I got to hunt you down for an hour and a half. So.
The first two I'm sad. I'm thinking of that. Everyone's still on the rock.
Oh my gosh, that emotion rock is moving. I thought it always changed with my mood, but I guess he was just sleeping.
You thought it was like a mood rock?
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you a mood rock?
Yeah, now.
Subclass. Hey.
Stop making me into these.
All right.
Hey. Going back to the 90s.
And there's subclass of pet rock.
You just have googly eyes taped to your forehead.
It is a little crystal cluster with like those two little googly eyes.
Well, I'm gonna write this down now.
You have to travel in a container. You can't walk.
Or you have to just be with someone at all times. Like you're kind of like one of those animals
An
that
emotional
always has to
support
have
rock?
like a pair, or like certain birds that just have to have like a pair of someone to be with, because otherwise they get so lonely that they just kind of die.
Just
like,
just crumble into pieces.
Like you gotta stay with someone. Oh boy,
It's the will of just being with somebody. Who keeps you together.
exactly. Mhm.
Anyway, assassination.
So assassination.
Anyways, let's kill something.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough E, because this gentleman sounds like a very powerful man. I've heard of him before. I didn't roll for it, but I assume I have.
Would you like to roll?
Yes,
lore?
I would like to roll.
Am I roll? Yeah.
Sure, go for it. If you have a criminal background, you can roll with advantage. Do remember your proficiency dice.
Yep.
And when rolling with advantage and you are proficient, remember it is 2d20 but a single proficiency die.
I'm not a criminal.
22. 21.
14. Even with advantage.
I rolled a 2 and a 13.
You are
I
rough
had
on
like
the
a
roll.
research database and I
I got
almost
the same-
remembered
oh,
everything.
How do we roll the
Very good.
proficiency dice out of advantage?
Just roll it.
I couldn't remember.
No,
Textbook
just
way.
one single roll of proficiency.
You got it.
I got
I
14.
know everything there is to know. It's also
Oh wait, I don't have
He's
proficiency
also
dice.
drunk.
Why am I rolling proficiency dice? I don't get that. It's all right though, because I rolled decently.
Mhm.
Why am I looking
Well,
at your
now we're
stats?
the
I need to stop looking at your stats. I mean, they're not very far off from each other. That's
We all make
Oh,
21
yeah.
for me.
Zero, did you roll criminal background?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that part. No, I know you rolled that about us. Now I want to know. I want to know. Anya doesn't care. Caitlin wants to know.
Can you show?
About your criminal background.
Listen, I was arrested one time. I was just in the grocery store, and
Sure
there it
you
was.
were.
It was just a candy bar. I was a kid. I was hungry, and I got arrested. Spent a lot of time in the slammer. Whole hour.
Candy bar was $1,000.
There you go. Yeah. Was a bank and a grand.
Hey,
You almost stole a grand.
Nobody missed it.
So I heard 21, 22, 21. Everybody else was like in the 14, 11 to 14 range. Okay. 11 to 14 range doesn't really yield additional information. I will let you guys know, those of you with the 20 and above. So Chiron is, by reputation, part of his history was coming up legitimately through the Transportation Engineering Guild. So he does have an engineering background. You suspect he probably has a rig and runs engineering programs and powers. Most of his soldiers and underlings here in the Zode, there's not a huge number of them. A lot of them are former just sort of basic street infantry, but they all at least have the show of a legitimate engineering background. So they do mechanical work, right? They have to at least be able to do that job. None of them you suspect are rig engineers. You're pretty sure Chiron is the only rig engineer. Everybody else you'll expect sort of a firefight. Not high level soldiers by any means. Most of them are not, like I said, not high level soldiers. But he himself, yeah, I mean they're a step up from street kids. They've probably been in a firefight or two, but they're not like a spec ops team or anything
Yeah.
like that. Like
almost like
they're-
industrial
yeah,
industrial workers, but with like a slightly sketchier background.
sure, yeah. I mean, they are part of the gang. They are, if they have a numerical advantage, they'll fight. If they start to get overwhelmed, they'll probably run. Chiron is probably the most dangerous, and you suspect he's probably on par with one of you as an engineer. So.
I would share at least my little bit of like where he'd sit on the
Mhm.
hierarchy. So at least on a species.
Yeah. So and you can put together that as in a species, he's done well not to be physically in the fight. You suspect he's probably a stand in the back and support and give orders kind of guy.
He's an armchair.
Yeah.
Do we have a schedule? Do we know that he will be at this location at a certain time?
Yeah. Your contact is able to provide you with a pretty stringent schedule. Chiron is a rigid, regimented dude. When he shows up to work, what days he shows up to work on the universal time scale. So you probably have. I'm going to give you 8 hours to prepare. Otherwise, you're looking at waiting 24 ish.
We only have a week.
So
It's just a fine.
We had 5 days till our gate open. So now, yeah.
But it's 48 hour period, right?
it's
That is-
open for.
Okay, that's where I got the 7 days. 'Cause,
Yes,
like,
yeah,
I
it's
remembered,
open
like, a
for
week.
7 days.
Okay. So our time schedule now, because I'm assuming it's been overnight, will start
So no, you guys haven't. You have not had
in
a.
the afternoon. We met
Correct.
and now we're back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so it is.
Still
So
5
it
days
is
away. And then we have a
evening.
week.
Yes,
Okay. So like theoretically, he's going to work in the morning.
exactly.
Mhm.
So just to put it in our time for you, it is 7 p.m. right now. He goes into work at 6 a.m. So that's 11 hours from now. And there are
I'm sorry, I thought you were an actual rock.
there are overnight crews. So you would
Got
expect. So his place will still be guarded.
Mhm.
And they might be in a shift change from third shift to first shift. But that is your. Any other questions?
Do we know his route?
Roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna do that. 22.
22.
Mhm.
What you guys know is that he does utilize the mass transit, the transit tube system. He has a personalized car, the route of which he adjusts and programs per day so that he can check in on different stations on his way into and out of the station.
So it's his own private.
Yeah, I mean it's about the size of a subway car, and so like he probably picks up a person or two for work with him, but he because he can control the programming of where they go, he can set his own route, and so he does. It's one of the ways he does spot checks on his underlings.
Sure.
Yeah, is whenever he wants.
Surprise inspection.
Yep.
So, and that's a decision that he may make in the morning. So we wouldn't be able to know where he was going for at least the earliest part of his day while he was in his private transport.
It would be difficult to find out. You guys you'd probably have to go throughout the night. You may need to. I think there's some engineering powers that let you like hack into things or get information out of things. You'd have to use some of those at appropriate terminals, which may or may not draw attention to you. So if that is something you want to do, you know that it is its own kind of adventure.
Yep.
Also reminding everybody, you have not had a short or a long rest from last week. So your hit points and everything should be exactly where they were. A little change from all of our previous games.
We didn't do anything too crazy.
No, I don't
I
think
don't think
I don't think
On
you
this
did
one.
either. I think
I cast one spell.
You
I think
just
he was the
fell.
only person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I am-
used
Right.
one of
I'm
your
missing 1 HP.
forging techniques.
they healed you. That's
Right.
healed.
Yep.
And I used one.
Sorry, I almost got him finished with the spells.
You're okay.
That's what I was trying to finish up.
Yeah.
What? Your ability?
No, yeah, I don't know where it is.
Curious. I don't know. It would depend. I guess the question would be, where would we like him to be when we strike?
The question is where and how.
Where
Technically, there are two.
right? Where and how?
All right. Well, we want to set up an ambush
Mr.
for him.
Infiltrator.
That'd be pretty
Oh, is it me?
No, we were just trying to devise the ways that we could catch
Do
him.
we know a
And I was
place where
trying to
he's
think.
alone?
I don't think we're ever
Not of his
Yeah.
part of the hierarchy.
If
Unless
it's
we-
known
Okay,
as
he has
possible.
insurance.
Unless we find out where he lives, but also
But that's what you call it that I want to deal with.
too much.
Collateral damage. I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I was thinking maybe we could go to the site earlier than when he gets there.
Mhm.
Clear it out.
The central hub.
Clear out his
Like,
office
real-
maybe, and wait for him in his office.
Could do
That's an
that.
idea.
I would just.
And I'm worried about drawing too much attention too early.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that if we don't know the time that he will get to the office, if he does his own hours and he's doing checks
No,
other
he's
way.
supposed to get there at 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. So
He,
we still have that set
he is
deadline
very
of, like,
prompt on
he
six-
has to
yeah,
be there. Okay.
doesn't have to, but I will
That's
say 99 out
That's
of
his
100
personality.
times.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
right.
it is something has gone terribly awry if he is not on time. So
Which the question is, if we were super, would we have to be? I mean, the ideal would be that we would be super stealthy about it because one, we don't want reinforcements coming in, but also two, we don't want him hearing about the breach of security and maybe being like, I'm just going to take my personal transport and go over to this other place and maybe not go into work today, and
Unless
call up
there's-
a couple associates. You could just be a rock. It's fine. Also, you're literally a zone already, so that's one
You know,
person
Oh.
who's a little less suspicious.
Is there a way that we can get? Oh, maybe. Is there a way that he can get a new hire
That you can be
Get you
hired.
new pipe, bro.
10 minutes ago, you guys didn't want anything to do with me. Now you want me to go into this thing?
on?
we didn't know you say
existed.
that. We just didn't
Did
know
you
you
ask?
We
existed.
realized you're a rock.
I
You're a
knew,
rock.
I knew you existed.
Rocks are
Thank you.
useful.
I just thought you were telling me how I was feeling.
If
Sticking with
purple
the
was an
rock.
emotion, I guess.
Purple
Sure.
is emotion.
What do you look like?
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah.
what does
What does
everybody
anyone
look
look
like?
like?
Hey,
Yeah.
we should probably
Everybody
go through the
everywhere.
line.
Making our way around the table.
Yes.
You can start with Andrew.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Chiseled
Yeah.
body, half skin.
No, we meant the character.
Oh, thanks. Good stuff. Flattery will get you everywhere. No, red hair, kind of spiked backwards. Well, it's actually kind of messy to be real with you. Nice cheekbone
But in a
face,
fashionable
skin.
way, right?
Yeah. Just, he does something. It's just
Well,
it's honestly just whatever she taught him in another life. You know, just literally just
Yep.
move it around with the product and it just falls into place.
Small amount of gel. Just one slight swoop to one side, not too far. Don't make any parts. Give it that volume.
Yeah.
Done.
We're blue, right? Is that the color we
I
all
mean,
decided on?
I change every day because forget that because
the-
I can. But
Yeah, I believe we
were
spoke about the Trinitol
blue.
being cooler.
Cooler blues.
Cooler.
yeah, you were
So, yeah.
kind of like Mystique vibes.
Yes,
Last time
that's
we
it.
talked.
Yeah.
So the blue skin, red hair, red eyes, and then just really slender body. Does not look like he could lift a single thing by himself.
Small boy.
However, aesthetically, he has the infiltrator suit and his helmet that goes on, and then his armada of camera robots that just live behind him at all times. With the one portal robot that comes down that has been named, what did we name him?
Good. Thank you.
What was it?
was like
Glyph.
Glyph.
Glyph, that's it. So Glyph comes down and is
Yeah.
always following and keeping track of things.
So basically, I'm almost like him. I'm still a cooler blue. I would say I'll be a little bit lighter than him because he's the older brother. So as you age, you get darker. I just throw that in there. So I'm probably a little bit
I'd be
lighter
super
than him.
bad.
It's war now.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm probably a little bit bluer than a little bit lighter blue than him. I have the infiltrator suit on as well. I don't have a mask because I want you to see my beautiful face. I have long black hair. I look like a normal high elf, space elf-ish.
Volatile.
Just
I'm
very-
normal
very-
high space self.
Volatile, yes. It's very pompous. And also, I have a computer because I'm a cybermancer. So I have a computer that I have on me at all times, so I can edit his videos that he always catches footage of. So
Okay.
we are making a whole show.
So good.
The
So
sound
excited.
of her voice haunts him in his dreams.
Yep. You just while you're
It's me
editing-
on scene. It's me on. It's me.
Hey guys, how's it? Hey guys, how's it going?
I'm just there editing.
Hey space lovelies or
Come with
something
a coffee
obnoxious
shop.
like that, where it's just like, hey space babes, how's it going? Like,
Oh, God.
no, I picked something a little more tasteful than that.
One day we'll know what it is.
I know, honestly, right?
Do we have a name for
Um,
our fans? What do we call our fans?
I didn't think about it. Oh no, because I have my own fans on my social
Oh.
media who follow me, and I didn't remember what I was going to call them, but it was going to have a K in it.
It's gonna have a K in it.
Yeah, I didn't remember. I
Kara's
said,
Killers.
oh, I like
Core
that.
spelled with a K.
We should call
The
it-
core.
Call them the Starchasers, but put a K instead of the C.
No.
Starchasers.
You can't
Starchasers?
grammar like that. That's just not possible.
How's it going, Starchasers?
Oh, I hate it.
I do like the K core, but that's for another day. We'll see. But I'm trying to remember what coloration I had today, but I think it was I had like a bluish green hair, so kind of like a slightly greenish, like aquamarine, and just like a light red skin tone that wasn't too like loud. And as soon as we got back, I started fixing my hair again because it got a little messed up with us running through the city trying to catch the thug. And I was like, it needs to be perfect. But I have crazy outfits every day. Can't stop, won't stop. Fashion waits for no one. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. High cheekbones, as per the volatile that I am. And I always have a couple little cameras following me because we need to catch all the footage we can of the big scoop. And yeah, hair and makeup on point. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's relevant. I'm 6 feet tall. I've never been so tall in my life. I'm so excited to play a tall person. I just like model height. I tower over everyone. Yeah. That's all that's relevant about me. Right now I'm just chilling over by what I assume is my corner of the warehouse where I have all of these different like beauty mechanical things. There's like a thing that does my hair, and there's a thing that does my makeup, and I have something for my nails.
so
I'm probably doing my nails right now. So
Holly's very confused by all of it. I feel like her family still like does everything the old-fashioned way.
just manually.
This is like what is happening. So Holly is a space deer. So she has very long, almost spiderly antlers that are hang like different necklaces and jewelers and stuff. Lots of stuff hangs off her antlers. She herself is 5'1". The antlers add a couple more inches. She has her face is covered with like blues and purples and greens, like space-esque, with all the freckles that you find on deer. They're usually white because everyone's hunters, but she is not a hunter. So they're all different colors. She has short, bright white blonde hair that kind of curls at the end. That's very messy from running around. She doesn't know how to fix that.
I've just recently tried. You just arrived as a stowaway, and as soon as I saw her, I was like, project. And after 10 minutes, I was just like, ooh, project.
But I also have hoofs instead of feet, which is fun. And she always wears like more flowy outfits. She doesn't really put on her armor unless they're actually going out and someone tells her, "Hey, we're gonna be fighting things." She's like, "Oh, okay, I'll go put on something not this." Yeah, that's Holly. The spider out there. Very.
I'm not putting all the stuff in it.
I did put all the stuff in it.
Okay.
Oh, like
Did you say
necklaces and
Yeah,
stuff.
like the different necklaces, like
Oh, I
yeah,
missed that.
pretty much. But they're like silver necklaces with like little like charms on them. Most of them are stars and like moons and things.
That's cute.
Mhm.
What are you doing right now in the warehouse?
Watching you, like,
Yeah,
fascinated
that's
by
fair.
like, what are you doing? What is going
Well,
on?
this is a cuticle trimmer, so it helps maintain the health of my nail,
Why would you do that?
just to keep them healthy and clean, and also just they need- what are and I'm just like, all right,
All right, done.
oh girl.
I wrote this down beforehand. Now I feel kind of bad. Crag is a 7 foot tall Zode. He is a big rock.
He's a big boy.
He is a big rock. He's got kind of like his body is kind of that grayish, shalish color. He's got his gemstones are amethysts for it, but his one like untrimmed patch goes from like his elbow all the way up to his shoulder. It's like this big like think of like World of Warcraft pauldron of just crystals. Everything else is kind of shaven down just to a almost gladiator-esque length. His part of the community is being a literal wall. Nothing gets past and protects.
Protect.
He protect.
He protect.
I feel like
And very,
It's a
very
rock
much-
fruit.
Very much rock.
I like it. Okay. I'm the human, so I'm not
You're
excited
exciting.
at all. Humans are.
Only human out here. I mean,
Hey,
I know.
Yeah.
We have so many. So like you're the.
We're the ones that
We are. We're the cool ones. So Anya, and she's a small. She's like 5'2", kind of tiny, but really strong and muscular. Kind of think of like a gymnast type of thing. And she has a lot of curly strawberry blonde hair. It's really long. She always keeps it back in a braid though. Blue gray eyes, kind of lighter skin, and yeah, I mean, she always has she has a rig, so she always has a rig on, and that kind of blends into her armor. So she's just kind of always ready to fight because that's what she was trained to do.
she's small, but she's hench.
She is,
yes.
and it's good because she can like sneak into places that other people can't. They also underestimate her.
All right.
So that's what we were.
For some reason, this is what I'm.
Yeah, I mean, not bad.
Tiny but mighty.
Yes. Wait.
Not nearly as
So how are we gonna do this?
so. Yeah, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, how are we doing this? Whew.
The trained killer went to go do paperwork, so we don't know.
We can be
I mean,
quiet.
she's not the only trained killer.
Well, I don't know that about you. You're gonna admit some stuff to me real quick.
Well, who else is a trained
Oh,
killer?
that's right, you're new. I was like, wait, you've been together. No,
Yeah.
We
She's
can do
the babe.
We can do this
Yeah.
quietly. We can do this somewhat loudly.
Oh,
I
rather.
wouldn't recommend being too loudly, but small loudly maybe.
I would.
I think it should be as quiet as possible.
We don't want
Nothing about me is quiet.
anymore.
I do like the idea of getting you a job with them.
How long is the application process?
That's a good point.
I will go ahead and let you know that to get him a job there, you especially working at that central hub,
Okay,
he would the only way he would like be able to walk in off the street, he would have to be like another gang member's, like a maid kid. Is what he would have to be, which does not mean you guys cannot produce that backstory, but I want to be clear as to what the level of that would require, because you would know that given your history. So that is why I'm just really offering that bit of info up.
As much as I don't think you want collateral damage, I think we're gonna have to almost walk in there and hope for the best.
I'm fine with collateral damage at the hub. I don't want to go to his house. What if he has kids?
Making something of a statement is beneficial in this
Yeah.
instance, right?
You gotta show.
Yeah, it is. It is. This is a bold.
Viren sends his regards.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that is kind of what you have been asked to do.
It's kind of a. It's kind of a. How do you draw out? How do you draw the head? You get the body.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine.
In slow production, the boss has to step it in. His hands dirty.
Mhm. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, would he show up if a station went out of commission?
Can we take it off
Oh,
of the
you
grid?
mean like lure him, like if something went wrong?
Can we take it
I
off of
like
the grid?
I like the idea of drawing him away from the central hub because of
Yeah.
how dangerous it could be, and also the fact that we, even though we're not really, I guess, considering they're all gang members, so if they
Who would he
attack
send?
us, we have no choice but to.
If it
Get
was
rid of
a
them,
if it was a big enough problem, he is a hand. You know by his willingness
He's
to
like a
check
friend
up
zone.
on random stations that he is willing to show up and make sure things
Actual
go.
member of management who looks at the issues and shows up and gets involved.
Why are we killing him?
Wow, why are we killing him? This is my biggest problem.
The
My
decent
biggest
manager? What? Okay, no, it's fine.
my biggest ethical
Listen,
dilemma.
I play D&D to get away from real life. Stop it.
Why do you think
Right.
I had
Why do
the
you think you said
fantasy
good?
of a good?
I know,
But I do like that causing like a station to
Yeah.
dark.
And if
Mhm.
And because I'm just concerned if we go there right at 6 a.m., which is the only time that we know that he's actually going to be at that location because we don't know what his day is like.
Right.
And it is shift change, that's double the number of people that we have to kill.
Right.
is there a station like at the end of a line?
Oh yeah, sure.
So
You can find one.
I would recommend that doing one at the end of the row, one way in, one way out. So in case of
So reinforcements can't come easily.
Yeah. Or
we
if
might
there's,
get one or two trolley cars
Mhm.
compared to 7 or 8.
or even if there's a way, I don't know if there would be a way to disable his personal transport if he, for some reason, would we be thinking of creating this distraction during his workday after he's arrived at the central
Yeah.
hub, or, well,
Not on the way there.
I think
After he
that-
clocks in and has already done his opening paperwork.
I think
That's
the
fair.
furthest away from Central Hub he is, the
Yeah.
best.
Mhm.
Because
Right.
if he can be like, hey, I need everyone there, God knows how
Mhm.
much is going to show up.
and I guess the question would also be if we wanted to, well, I guess it would make sense that we would try to find a station or a place that was far away from the central hub and would mostly be staffed. I guess because the gang controls most of the transportation aspects, but
The public transit tubes, to be
Right.
specific.
Mhm.
There are plenty of private charters and cruisers and little private cars and things like that.
Mhm.
But a lot
Things,
of this city does run on those mass transit.
finding something preferably that would not throw a big wrench in general transportation, and also something that was almost exclusively run by the gang. That way there are not a lot of third party workers, there are not a lot of casualties that are not part of the gang. If there's a way for us to research those stations.
Here's what I will do.
Find
If
out.
you guys want to take that time, I will take computer use and investigation checks. And what I will do is, so you're each going to spend Yes.
Specifically look for a station that is strategically important to the gang's operation.
that yeah. So I think that's what you guys are
Okay,
trying.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is your search for the ideal station. And from what you guys have described to me, you are looking for one that is at the end of a line, so it is easier to defend. You are looking for one that is specifically important to the Shatter Corps, so that they are most likely to send prominent members to defend it. You are looking for one that is minimal in civilian or third party
Sir running,
presence, so that you do not alert local authorities.
and also don't kill too many innocents because that's
Right.
not-
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this DC at 5, 10, 15, because there's 3 very specific points, plus 5. So it is a DC of 20. You're all going to roll. You're going to take, if you take a single hour, you roll flat. If you guys take up to 4 hours to do this research, you can make your roll with advantage. And what you're looking for is essentially 3 successes. We'll find you one that is pretty good. So every success you find, we're gonna tick off one of those boxes.
Okay.
Right? And if there's a 4th success, you can find some form of advantage, right? Something like that. But you're gonna need 1 base success just to figure anything out. 4 successes gets you all those boxes. A 5th or a 6th success gets you bonuses.
And you said we could use
So with the 4 hours,
computers or
would that still be enough?
So that's what you're risking. It is 7:30 now. You guys have spent half an
Right.
hour
So
talking about
really-
it in real game. So that would put you at 11:30. And if you want to do it at 6 a.m., no. But if you guys had
If we want to
if
do
you guys
it
had talked
midday
about
anyway.
pushing back the time schedule,
Right.
And if it doesn't take too long to travel to the place that we're thinking about, which I assume it won't.
so here's what I'm going to say. That 5th success is probably going to give you the ideal time
Mhm.
to do this.
Right.
And then if you all succeed, some sort of combat advantage.
Okay. Cool.
We all
Like
succeed,
that.
win the game.
And you said that
then game is over, guys. We're gonna pack it up.
You found all the KPs.
so you said that the role was either computers or investigation.
I will take
Do it all
computers or investigation. Before we begin, how long are each of you individually spending doing this? Are
I would think
you're gonna do 4?
I'm fresh.
If we're still in long rest. Yeah? Still in long
I
rest?
think we can.
Yeah, we'll still
Yeah.
take those 8 hours. I
Okay.
feel like.
4.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
So remind me.
It's 1 hour for me.
Okay.
That's fair.
1
So
hour it
remind
is.
me what we get if we do take the 4 hours.
You get advantage on this roll.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So advantage. One more time. You're rolling 2d20. Is anybody rolling with expertise?
I'm
Hi.
I am
So you
rolling
roll
with proficiency.
two proficiency dice. If you're rolling with proficiency, it's still 2d20 plus a single proficiency die.
Okay. Yeah.
And your relevant modifier.
Cool.
Which I believe
I'm-
for both of
You
these is
always- you
intelligence.
automatically
No.
No, you just have
Yeah.
I'm actually going to change it and go with 1 hour.
You're going to go with 1 hour. Okay.
That's fair.
Understood.
Ready?
Everybody locked in? Do it. Ooh.
Like dice.
Oh God! Thank God! Thank God for advantage. I'm just gonna
Investigation. correct?
Investigation.
nat 20. Woo! It was literally a 2 and then a 20.
I didn't do good at all.
Oh my
Okay.
That's not where
God!
I'm at.
Oh my
It was, 8
God!
total.
8 total. Okay. I want to start over here. What do you got?
14,
14.
I got a 21.
21. 1 success.
18.
18. Just shy.
28.
28. But that was a natural 20.
Yes.
What is your proficiency die?
D6.
No, what
what
is it?
number
What
is
is the
it?
number on it?
Oh, 5.
Okay. I will let you add that to hers if you want to get us
23.
23. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
We're
is you're up
doing
to
research
3
together.
successes.
I'm at a 23 with my
23. So we got
Teaching
4
you how to
successes.
research.
I got an 8.
Nothing.
I know how to
But
read.
that brings it pretty well.
So you find the perfect location. There is a station that is so there are not really slum districts of the Nixus, but there are defunct or districts that are being renovated. And you find a particular district that it looks like the Shatter Corps has been able to manipulate their bidding process so that they are the ones through shell companies and corporations in charge of doing the restoration. It is at the end of the line. There are not a lot of civilians. There would be very little reason for people that aren't vagabonds, criminals, or homeless people maybe staying there. The one thing you guys did not come away with was an ideal time. So it's really just your pick of hour. So that was just too much information to try to gather
I would
what
say
the
we
rest of
still
the
figure it out.
gang's movement. Oh, you guys absolutely did a phenomenal job I think you all did very, very well. So
Do we, so this is a bit of
It's
a
worth
weird
it, though.
question, but do the Zode, based on like their constitution and stuff, do they usually work long hours? So that when we talked about the possibility of the shift change, that only happens in like the early morning because they work long days and nights. There's a day team and a night team.
Zod are not raw stacks. They don't have anything that is particularly strong for them against exhaustion.
Okay.
So they tend to work triple or a normal 3-shift day, like the way humans would.
So
You
there
just
would
work really hot
technically
days.
Yeah.
be a shift change around 2 or 3 p.m. and that would give us plenty of time to get not to say, oh, we could film this. We could show this.
I was already planning on
in
it.
the
I mean,
place
when am I
of
not
work.
filming?
I knew
When
this
am
was-
I not
I
filming?
knew this was going to be but I was like, can we go live with it? And when I say live, I don't mean to the whole Nixus, but I mean,
I mean,
could we somehow set up a kind of connection to
Can we do that?
yeah, or somehow find a
phone
way
call?
use
video
his maybe
You're the
use
tech guy. They're the talent.
use
so, I
his
mean,
personal
That can
personal
happen.
transport to somehow connect video or audio to this whole
FaceTime.
situation to show them, I don't know, his downfall or whatever.
That's
I
a
don't
good
good
idea.
know.
idea. Can we live stream from this?
I mean,
Sure.
I wouldn't.
So
but more like
you want to try to send it just to the central station so that his underlings are
and not necessarily
demoralized.
show our faces, but find a way to send some form of media, whether it be pictures,
So-
whether it be sound, something that's not incriminating of us that would make an impact to the employees, because that Viren wants us to make that statement that he not only dies, but like that's a thing. Yeah, I don't know.
So you could broadcast it. How you obscure your own personal interactions with that is another question. Shaving his crystal, you suspect would be a powerful
thing.
enough statement.
I would do that then after everything.
You could record
Send.
it and
Yeah.
maybe leave it for Viren to broadcast.
Yeah,
How he wants.
after.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna come take it over. And they're like, who the fuck are you? He's like, look what I did. And that
Yeah.
way we can make it seem that he's the one
Oh, actually, that's pretty solid. So give him that footage, that like media.
that did it. No, you can do it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
looking
you're
for credit
honestly,
for it.
you're probably the only one who can, considering that you're the only one who.
Kind of, but, like,
I mean, you're one.
morality
Right,
says
yeah.
no.
I
But
mean,
like, it'd be cool though.
yeah. I mean, you're the one who has the most understanding of Zode biology. Otherwise, the rest of us are just like, how do cut crystal?
Greg just pulls out like this massive he pulls out like this warhammer and it just has a giant like amethyst at the end. Like, oh, yeah, I think it's
I got it. Crystal cuts crystal.
the only thing that cuts diamond.
Hey, there it is.
Yes, I would rather that.
Yeah,
Broadcasting.
you're right.
Aw.
I thought about it and then was like,
Sad about it. Okay.
Yeah. So while we wait for this guy, I'm just gonna linger in the shadows.
Okay.
That's gonna be my thing.
Is there
away I go.
anything special you two are doing with the 3 extra hours that you have from not taking the advantage? Are there any specific trips or business or purchases that you need to make? Anything along those lines?
So we're just planning on embarrassing this guy. We're not actually. Are we killing him?
That was the
We're
objective.
hired
think we're
to kill
supposed
I
to
him.
mean, yeah,
Okay, so we're killing him, and
'Cause
then
Viren-
we're gonna shave him after.
yeah.
No, we're gonna shave him and then kill him.
Oh, I mean,
Ew,
not really particularly
I think it
going to be
I don't
involved
think
in the
they're mutually
shaving part,
exclusive. I
but
don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think we can do either one.
how
We're
long
gonna
does it
do
take
both.
them to find the location that they're gonna do this?
Oh, in
The
the 4
research?
hours.
Yeah, like, it takes all 4 hours for them to figure out exactly where they're going.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, he figures it out.
But he is only part of the puzzle.
Yeah. No, I'm saying so. Like, he's,
So you
he's
two-
off doing his own thing, so I'm not
Yeah.
actually with him.
So
That's-
you
that's my-
you two spent an hour doing research.
Mhm.
You gave up. You got the part of information you needed,
And you might have passed it
And-
along
and
to
you
us.
passed
and
it
we kept
along.
working.
and they kept working on it. So you guys have 3 hours in the evening if there is something in specific you want to do. The answer can be no. I'm cool.
No.
That is acceptable as
She's
well.
good.
I was gonna say, can I take
Absolutely.
a nap?
Cybermen's are going to do a Windows update, man.
Yeah. You got you
Right,
gotta.
I gotta power down.
Yeah.
I gotta let it-
I mean, I definitely
sit.
took a short rest somewhere in there.
I think
So.
I'll
Okay.
take a long rest.
Hmm?
I'll take
You
a
want
long
to take a
rest.
long rest.
Oh, are they
Man,
taking a long
sometimes
rest?
you need that. Sometimes
Oh.
you need that 12 hours of sleep.
That's
Hey,
fair.
sometimes you get that 1 HP
That 1 HP is important
Got to
sometimes.
It is. Watch, I'm gonna be at 1 HP in the middle of this fight.
Since we're playing that Epic 6, it's like every hit point counts.
It does.
So guys, you are. You have your information. Nothing else that you guys specifically want to do tonight. It's already 11:30. So you go ahead and you take your long rest. For most of you, it is 8 hours, I believe. For some of you, it is not. I think that's the plant people.
No plant people.
No
here.
plant people here right now.
Hey,
Not at the moment.
Just this rock.
just rough.
Just in the morning. What time are you guys preparing this assault? What time are you scheduling your assault?
Probably as soon as we can, as soon as we wake up. So after 8 hours, it's about
7:30, 8 o'clock.
yeah.
Who's at work?
He is at work.
Probably do it
Around lunch.
Lunchtime.
This guy's a shipper,
He's
right?
off the clock when he comes to see us.
He's more
11:30. He's
mass
salary man.
transit.
He's selling.
You're right. It doesn't matter.
You guys do know he usually is there until 4.
Oh, cool.
He's
Perfect.
usually there. He sees the first to the third to first shift change and the first to second. Those are usually the ones.
So does he go for lunch?
I'll get back to you.
So
You-
lunch break.
He tends to get food ordered in for him. He's a little bit of a workaholic.
Be
I mean,
Well,
do
That's not what I'm thinking.
information.
wait? Does poison even work on zones?
Yes.
Oh wow!
We just have-
I guess for
we
some
just have
reason
this
I was like,
fire.
rocks are impervious to everything, but really they can be affected by
Rock.
literally
the only,
everything.
the only thing that we can like fight off is like extreme heat.
Oh.
So,
They can't burn himself.
They just turn
into
diamond.
Dang it!
Diamond.
Hey. Aw, puts away all of my fire magic on my vacation.
I
We
really
have to
think-
try and get my stone.
So
rock,
he's
like,
just working in an office all day, right?
or
For the most part, he's like
Kind of. Yeah.
fires.
It's like an office. Yeah, it's an office next to a
like a transit station.
yeah, like a transit station. He does meetings. He does civic meetings. He does meetings with union reps. He also has meetings with his gang underlings. That's a lot of business that happens in and out of there as well. So as much of it as is a legitimate business, he also is frequently doing illegitimate business. So
Can I watch? The day?
you want to go to the central station and watch him?
I mean, if they're going to be setting everything up, like you could switch directions. You could go somewhere else after work. You could go a completely different way, and we're
I
just
think the
waiting out
plan
here
was
for
to
nothing.
call the ruckus so he came to us.
Yeah, that we would go to. So we would
Yes.
go to the station that we found. That would be the perfect place to lure him, and then do something which would get him decent manager.
You guys are
slash employer.
getting them to come. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it now.
Mhm.
I'm good. Then I'm
We
just
don't
gonna
wanna go
find
to
a
him. That's too
nice,
much.
dark area somewhere in that station.
I like how you're always just
He
like,
is
I must find the shadowy recess of this building in which to curl.
I don't know how many infiltrators you think you're gonna ever see in the light of day, but
Well, let's
Doesn't make
do
sense.
this.
So, Tom even probably something 6 hours to 7 hours into the middle of the shift.
Yep.
He starts getting that post lunch sleepiness.
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
And then,
Big move.
yeah, we have to disrupt the station somehow.
Right.
So, can we hack into it?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
I can do
he spoke the
anything.
language of his
And you-
people just then.
Uh,
Apparently, yes.
Okay.
Oh, you know what you could
We could
do?
have smashed it. We could have made a ruckus.
You know
No,
what
we're gonna hack it.
you maybe
No.
could do if there was an alarm, if there was some
One thing.
kind of alarm, like a fire alarm or a distress alarm that was part of the system, or like a malfunction alarm, you could hack into the system and just set that alarm off. And especially if it was an alarm for something drastic, all the workers would just be like, I don't know what's happening. We have to go fix it. And they'll be distracted with that.
You also have to
This is true. But if it's at the end of a line, there won't be too much.
So the idea here is it is a relatively inactive station. The only people that should be coming and going from there are, there you go.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just figured if we're like, oh my god, it's all these alarms, and then the station's still functioning, like,
Right.
you know, like that would look
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
But we do
But they
still.
could still check them out, I
But
guess.
that means
Yeah.
all the
He
trains that
checked
come
them out.
in are people that we can
Yeah, that's
knock
the
out. It's fine.
thing.
Right. Would it be important enough for him
Him
to
to-
check it out?
Deal with.
After a couple people not
Not
communicating back, I'm sure.
communicating,
So what type of distraction
sure.
are you?
Okay,
You want you want
so
an
this is
alarm, or do you want like an actual like reason why he would need to show up?
Well, we need him there. So the question is,
Because I'm gonna assume that he has like some guy that's in charge of it. in this side.
yeah.
Right.
So if it's something
So
that's
that guy's gonna be the one who comes out.
yeah,
And we're gonna have to kill
God,
him.
and take him
then
down.
The next person will come up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
I should go and take a peek
At-
The
who's
station.
inside. Probably. a
It's not a
good
bad
idea.
idea.
Mm.
Maybe make sure we don't have a small army waiting on the inside, and there's only
It's fine.
6 of us
Oh.
versus.
To like assess the station
Yeah.
and see.
He just goes a couple cars ahead of us.
Empty, right? That's like basically
Well, it's
There,
still
there are, once again, there are mafia members working at the station.
it's almost exclusively
Mhm.
not for public use.
Mhm.
It's for like private gang.
So
time
us showing up
use.
is gonna be
Which is why
Yeah.
I'm saying
Sneaky boy.
let
If
me
you
go
wanna
sneak
sneak in and see
around
what
a
they
minute,
have.
and then we can do it. But this also kind of changes.
The timeline because you would need time to figure out
I
what's
would
there.
need dark. I would need not sunlight beating
Well,
on me. Is it
it's-
dark still? Because when
Is it an underground station? Is it?
It's
Mm.
noon, midday now.
The light that exists here is primarily artificial.
can't be
Um,
turned
This
You
is
can
true.
hack it. No, don't hack into the environmental systems of the station.
off. Just for that
We're-
one area.
Hack into the environmental, just do
he's like,
it.
this is my plan all along.
Yes.
I'm already there.
I guess we have to figure out is what kind of distraction do we want to make to lure him there? Do you want it to just be purely digital? Do you want it to just be a hack? Do you want to set
I will
up
say
some sort of-
I will just save you the time. A purely digital disturbance is not going to be enough
Right.
Okay.
to draw him out.
What I'm saying is we should kill the general.
Do we?
Yeah, no, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then cause a
Mm.
small explosion.
Because everybody has an engineering
Oh,
Or
you're talking about
you know what? If there's too many of them in there, we can't really
do we want to make it
can't
look
really
like an
kill
accident?
them. We just go and start ourselves a nice barn blitzer inside there and just set everything.
Because
Yeah,
we
I
could.
was going to
could.
say explode the
Because
train. But
This
We're
is-
all starting
yeah.
to sound like last season Shiloh, real quick.
It makes a lot of sense.
And just make
It's
a train full of
fine.
explosions and just put it in the station. And explode
But
it.
also, no matter what happens at that station, because it's run primarily by gang members, whatever happens in that station is probably mostly going to be illegal. So
What happens?
the interference of the authorities, like the question is whether or not the authorities are watching that station because they know it's a hive of gang activity, or
Probably
they
not.
don't care
Yeah,
because
probably
they
not.
don't know.
No, they know.
And if things happen, they're literally like, good riddance.
They know. They don't
We'll
care.
look
They get
this
money
way.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
But-
No.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think we should destroy the station until we're there because we have to get there.
Yeah, and we want to
Details,
know,
details. We'll figure that out
and we
later.
still, I think the idea of still like taking his crystal, like even giving,
Okay, yeah, that's,
like,
that's second.
like,
That's secondary.
we could literally get into Viren's good graces by physically giving him the
Giving him the
crystal
crystal.
and being like, boom, there it is,
that's
fine.
trophy, like congratulations, here you go.
Primarily.
Give us our information, please.
Okay, so shall it be that we just start a war?
Start a war.
Start a war.
A gang war.
Oh, wow. How many of us have like alter self or something, and we just attack them as a member of another gang?
Or we just dress up in the colors and attack them.
All of these are good. We could, yes. What's a gang that has? We
Yeah.
wouldn't all need to alter self, I guess, if we were a gang that's not made up primarily of one certain race.
Can I just go and look at it first?
You want to go by yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can be around. It'd be nice not
You
to leave me in
could.
there
It's just
alone.
that if we had
Count
a
to
plan,
like 10, and then if I haven't come back yet, like, come save me, help. They've got
Yeah.
a rope, and I'm tied to a chair.
it would just be nice to know where we would need you. Like, because everyone is so specialized that if you went in there and
What
you
would
got
like
stuck,
to do?
yeah.
Why would you like to go in there? What are you trying to accomplish?
Because if we start a gang war, you see, the problem is that they're going to start fighting us. We don't know how many are in there. We don't know what's in there. We don't know. That thing could open up and suddenly a giant troglodyte is coming out. And we're like, what is that? And, like,
Good
We
use
have-
of the word troglodyte, by the way.
information is
I thought we
key.
figured that out though.
You
From what we hear through Viren's information.
yes.
And our research
And
and the
you guys have done
This is true.
a fair amount of research. You do not have an exact number. You are confident it is a number that you can handle.
Okay. So
Okay.
we
And
feel
as long
confident
as-
that is a number that we
yes.
can handle.
Yes. And as long as you handle them in a timely fashion, the first wave of reinforcements that arrive, you suspect will be, again, handleable, especially if you have the opportunity to prepare. So that is,
Let's just go blow it up. Don't worry.
So then,
Good.
we're expecting that these are all workers of some sort, right?
They're all
They're mafia. Man.
They're mafia,
they're all
but they're
mafia.
they're like, these aren't like anything in there is
Engineers.
like,
One above street.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, they're not.
They're not anything
Industrial-
that I'm gonna be like
industrial
walking up to,
thug.
and they're gonna go into a rage and then just start beating my face, and I just look
I
like
could
a
probably
rag doll
take
as
three
they're
with
throwing
one
me
hand.
around.
Sure you'll be fine.
You suspect you are all well equipped to handle
Then
this adventure.
I honestly just believe we should just walk up to it and start a fight. We don't even need gang
What I
colors.
literally just said.
Oh no, I'm agreeing now. Like, but no gang colors.
No, that's fine. No,
We don't need to
We
throw
the
down
gang.
representing the West. Like,
We
we're
the
good.
gang.
Yeah, because
Let's just
Viren
go
would
out
also
there.
probably have problems considering it sounds like he wants to like
He wants
retake
to-
power. So if we
His colors.
We need to find the leader, though.
Ah.
You see, this is how you pull him, though.
Yeah,
We
but
find
does he
the
really want to
leader.
associate
We get whoever is in charge of this area. We find his cellular device, and we go.
Just-
If you want to collect the bodies of your employees,
No, they don't care about that.
here we come. Here we are. If not, we're
It's
about to
he's a
steal
good
all your
man,
stuff.
sir.
Thank
He's
you.
No, he only cares about money.
I mean, if you
Wait,
found,
wait, hold on,
we
hold
could
on.
investigate for a certain
we-
investment
let's
or
go.
cargo, which would
The
be
entire-
valuable.
The entire place is under refurbishment. This mafia is putting stuff into this area.
Yes.
We can just
Yeah.
bust up the place and not losing money.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
yes, that's what I'm saying. If you
So-
wanna
Oh,
do a
look at
small
all of
explosion.
this super valuable cargo. If you Seamus someone,
They don't
Hey,
watch enough
yoinked
movies.
it. wow.
I just wanted to like, I have your money. You know?
I've got the goods.
I've got your money. I've got your power.
I mean, they may-
If we
He may come
destroy
back and say
something
he has a set
Yeah.
of skills.
that's strategically important to the operation of the gang leader will come and take care of it because he's losing how much money
Investments.
every minute that thing is operating. So
So
that's
let's
what
go do it.
Let's do it then.
Let's
go.
Let's do
I'm
it.
with-
Let's just go in
I'm moving.
and fuck shit up.
I
Great.
think we
gotta
made
do.
enough plans.
Helmet
for
on.
what happened.
We're we're gonna take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
After that,
We're gonna get.
I'm gonna regroup myself.
down and dirty.
Now that we've all agreed that we're gonna do some combat, we're
Hey.
gonna come back in 10 minutes at 9:30. So until then, stay tuned. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Andrew playing Zero. Violent.
Words.
Violent.
Chiron, Killian, Volano, his brother, Cybermancer.
A. Erica with a K, playing Karsa with a K, the social media influencer / melder, proto-weaver, space wizard elf.
A title. Audie playing Holly with an I, because she said with a K, so I have to say with an I. Playing the Civicus medic.
gonna do great.
My name's Ryan. I'm playing Craig, the Zode Commando.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing something. Human Sentinel. And her name is Anya. I'm trying to count cards.
Okay. So we are doing our card initiative. Just for those of you at home, if you have not done this or seen us do this before, we grab a suit of cards. You look at your initiative modifier, and you remove the lowest cards that are a.
Oh,
Uh,
there are way too many decks of cards around here, guys.
It's not enough.
nobody puts them back.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. Because before this season started, I had like 4 lined up, perfect
Oh,
in
yeah.
order, right
I
there.
know.
I went through them.
Now you know how my Gloomhaven feels.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I'm on this side of it, so. All right,
Oh, right. It's just a suit.
Just want
it's
to
just a
recap.
suit.
We're going in there and we're mugging things up, correct?
Yes.
We killing.
Aces.
No
Ace
discussion
is
about
high.
it.
Yes. Unlike Malifaux or Canada, Ace is high. There you go.
I know how
It's, I didn't. Here we are.
I've literally learned this.
Here we go, guys. You're gonna do great.
We're great. Let's do this.
So,
We're gonna cut-
We're gonna look great while we do it.
I believe in you. You'll at least look great.
I
That's-
made sure everybody looks great walking into this gang station.
She was like, wait. Slow motion.
okay. Well,
Hairspray.
so this
everyone.
is your final moments. It is around noon. You are on one of the tube train cars. You have made your way to. You've hijacked one. We're gonna skip that part.
Nice.
Well done, team. Good job.
Good
We
job,
did it.
guys.
We did it.
You're gonna get there at the very least.
I was just gonna
Okay.
appreciate you came in there.
Got a 15.
The Cybermancer's like, I hack now.
You have hack now
You
done.
did it.
Super done. Well done.
Good, we don't even have to try.
Well done, team.
Enemy glasses.
Yeah.
Calculated.
You know that you are minutes out from the station. You have disabled the communication on the bridge of this tube, as they have been. They initially were attempting to establish communication, figure out like, well, I think you're going the wrong way. Like there was very much
What,
a.
you're freaking
We're going through a tunnel.
Yeah, it's
No,
not-
everything
yeah.
is good here. Honky door. How are you?
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm cutting out there. I can't. I'm on hold waiting for.
I thought we were going to this other station, not what? We're lost.
Then you yell at your navigator.
This is my first day.
Wait. I really want. So this is gonna pull up to the train station. They're probably gonna be like right there, like trying to figure
Gonna
out
be
who
like,
the hell
what
we are.
is this?
You suspect.
Okay, can we just all like hide underneath the seats?
Yeah, I can hide underneath the
I mean, we were
seats.
gonna- I
Actually, no. You should just stand there and then just have
Just
this
be really
one
bold.
moment where you get to say something really badass before we all just
I
start unloading on
figured
them.
we
Not a
were
very
going to
smart
stealth
person.
first anyway, but also I guess we
I mean,
can't.
it's really easy. I'm just gonna feed him the lines as the doors open. I'm gonna have the camera go behind him, and I'm gonna go.
Now you have to say
Now
it.
I've got.
I got like a cue card going.
That is amazing.
Just say it.
You're just the producer and the cameraman.
So who is hiding?
Oh, me for sure.
Alright.
100%.
I'll also stealth.
I'm just gonna sit on the bench.
I don't want to
I'm
get
mostly
pot
zoned
shot
anyway.
through the window or anything weird like that. So.
Okay. Those of you
Alright,
attempting,
Here come the peer pressure.
those of you attempting to stealth, please roll me a stealth check.
He's just gonna sit on one of the benches because I'm mostly zoned anyway. So he doesn't really have to hide.
Yeah, 19.
19.
14. I don't want to get on the dirty floor. So I kind of like half crouch.
How cute.
You hug the wall. Just
I'm still this.
Sorry.
That wouldn't happen.
Why didn't you wear your
Huh?
You can see a little bit of the cue card.
Do you have disadvantage in your armor?
No,
Oh, or
I like trooper.
it's light, right?
Okay.
She just,
I'm
you just
just
said
checking.
she needs to be
That
told
was
before we
that was
went.
me asking. That's
Yeah.
all. You're doing great. All right, guys.
Yeah.
As you are pulling up to the station, those of you that are not crouching or attempting to hide, you can see through the front windows and along the sides that this is a dead-end station. And as the front of it pulls into, there is there's like a magnetic roundabout where it basically lifts and twists the singular car. The rest of the cars stay put, and so they just very much move that. Over the dead end of the station is the station control board. So very much the way maybe like a theme park roller coaster has like the control people overhead and the train goes underneath it. Similar to that, but it comes to a dead stop. You are seeing that the train is coming to the stop. You can't really see how many people are up there, but you do see two Zode, that are on their way down. Not super crystalline. They have some, but nothing tremendously impressive. Anybody with a passive perception above 15?
Actually, where's that listed?
So it
Oh,
should
never mind.
be,
Hold on.
10 plus your wisdom. And proficiency bonus of 3 if you are proficient.
Oh, so you do. You see that.
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
Or am
With
I
that, it's 15.
15? Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good
perception.
Oh, okay.
You said
So it's
Yeah,
plus
plus
3.
three.
So
So yeah, 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that
just
is
make it.
14.
Okay, passive
16.
perception. 16. So, but you are crouching.
I'm hiding.
So
I
you,
don't
so you
see
do not see.
anything.
You do notice that under the Zode, so Zode do wear clothes. They have their own fashions and things like that. You essentially make out basically like under the coat submachine guns that they have hidden, not super well, but you get the feeling that while they are dressed as traditional workers or something like that, they are armed and they're packing heat. Exactly. This train comes to a stop. You are sitting there. I'm going to say you're probably up towards the front near the control console, since that's where you were hacking. Anya, where are you? Are you to the back of the train, closer to the control console, in between him and the Cybermancer? What?
I'm kind of standing in front of
Okay, great. And so I'm going to say you guys are probably up near that like first public door. So not where the train conductor would normally be, that first public door, that first car. And you're kind of bridging that
I
gap.
would have hidden
I'm
behind
crouched right
everyone.
in front of him. So wherever
Okay.
he's at, I'm literally just right there underneath.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. As the Zode are approaching, nobody rolled below a 12 on their stealth checks. Is that correct? Great. So they don't seem to notice the tops of your very shiny, glowy heads or your horns. You're very, very well hidden. The train rings. Now disembarking.
Please stand clear of the door.
Exactly. And so the doors open just to the one side. You can see that on the other side, the back side of the train, there's another row of track and then like another station. So apparently this one kind of does like a double train thing on occasion. But there's nothing there at the moment. So you do see these two Zode, and they are, I'm going to say maybe 10 feet from that door when the door opens.
This one little camera goes around, pans, and the other one goes behind your head.
Okay.
Hey, like, we lost communications. You want to come check this out? I have no idea what I'm looking
Yeah. Who are you?
at. You know what? It's not gonna matter in a second. You can fix this thing. Probably boss man's gonna have my ass if I don't do it.
All right. I mean, wait, no. Who are you?
Who am I? Who
Yes.
Oh no.
Tarek.
Who's on
Are you? Oh,
first?
Tarek?
Yeah.
Hi, Tarek. My name's Craig. How you doing?
Oh, correct.
See, now we're met. Now, can you please look at this thing?
He kind of comes in and he
We
can
heard static
see
going through. I
he
heard-
can see them and he's like, all right, well, who are they?
They were just on the train when I got here.
Hey,
Nobody's
I'm just
supposed
trying to go to
we're not
work.
expecting a train right now.
I'm just trying to go to work. I'm new. I'm
Is
sorry.
he on the train at this
Not
point?
yet. No,
No,
he is walking forward.
Okay.
And
But
you can
we
see
heard-
the
we
guy
heard-
behind Tarek is starting to be like,
Mm.
this. Go ahead.
I was going through the tunnel just trying to get here. I heard static going on. I assumed someone was trying to contact us. I guess our communicator's out or something along those lines. I just want to say, no, I wasn't ignoring you, but just so we're validating things.
Make a persuasion check.
Perfect. This is what I like to hear.
Part of me
Not when
wants.
I'm not. I'm a rock,
We going
man.
in.
I feel like you're about to start like a fist fight with them. That's like, come on, man,
I
just
see them
fix
walking
this. And
now.
they're like,
So-
you want to
Look at
go?
it.
So the guy is right
Yeah.
outside the door, and he gets a look at you, and he goes,
Say it.
no.
Say the line.
And so they both pull their guns. I need everybody to flip for initiative.
Say the line.
I was gonna wait for him to come inside and be like the whole like,
Carter,
not you're coming here with me thing, but now I can't do it.
The line was "Let's rock." You said a
I'm-
lot of stuff.
Let's rock!
That you
I'll
just see
save
me,
it-
and it
I'll
makes
save
sense
it
for
for
my
you guys.
initiative. I'm just like,
I'm waiting for big
Should have been a
Mac.
little bolder.
Little
A little bolder.
I can't believe I'm being shamed like this.
you're the talent.
You gave the guy with +0 charisma the talent?
Yes.
Come on now.
I mean, maybe I should have gotten up. It's been like, hello, boys. How's it going?
Okay, up top with ace, king, queen. Go for it.
And she starts.
First combat. Yeah, why not?
It's a good choice.
That's fair.
It's so hard playing for someone who's a video with a character and have like high charisma playing someone who's just like, yeah, man, like I can't lie. Like I'm deadpan all the time. I'm a rock.
Oh, that would miss.
Maybe, maybe not.
They're a giant rock.
They're just rocks.
What the hell is the?
What are you attacking with? So that should be your D20, your proficiency, plus your dex modifier. So a 10 does not hit.
Ah.
16 does hit. Absolutely.
Um.
2 points of damage. Yeah, the crystals in the rock off the guy's shoulder sort of splatters it back against the wall. Any other actions? Say you're about 15 feet from him in the car. I think you shot like through a window. Pretty sure.
Yeah, probably the first one missed.
Yeah.
Break the glass.
Yeah.
The second one went through.
Absolutely.
I'll get that. That's fine. No, that's it.
Okay. Queen, Jack, 10.
Jack.
What do you got?
All right. So do I see both of them?
You do see both of them. Yeah. I'm going to say the guy that's a little further back has like half cover.
Right.
He's not super hard to hit anyway. So he's got a +2 to his AC just with like the railing of the
And
subway
he's-
car.
He's next to the other guy.
yeah, he's I think 10 feet away.
Yeah.
If he stands up and takes a step, he'll be in melee.
So I am going for the Sprite Beam.
Okay.
Which for those at home is Eldritch Blast.
It's just a
All
bunch of ones and zeros.
And
It is actually. That's what it says.
It's really.
Yeah, a data code comes
Yeah,
off
a data
and it
code,
goes,
which is
I like that.
He gets
I love
hit
that so
by
much.
Neo, basically.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
Sometimes back to Stranger Things.
It reminds me of the code from Mass Effect Andromeda. Enough to get the
I-
remnant
I got some of them. I think I did like 2.
code or both.
Yeah, 2 vaults, maybe 3. I do want to finish it. I just
2 separate decks.
It's
Yep.
good.
I know it
Do you know
is
the other?
Roll a d6.
vaguely.
Yep. All right, go for it.
All right. So I get 2 separate 2 sprite beams. So I'm
Okay.
gonna do it twice.
All right, and you roll proficiency for each of those.
Yes.
Yep. Great.
So I got 18.
Yeah, it definitely hits. Which guy are you attacking? The guy
I'm
closest.
attacking the one that's closest to
The one that's closest.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Go for it.
If I can see him. So 18 for the first one, and then 12. And then I don't add anything else.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
dex.
Yes.
Or no, you're in. You're
Ant mod, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So plus 5, 17.
Both hit. Absolutely.
Woo! All right, and that's D10, correct?
D10.
You.
And if it is the same as Eldritch Blast, they are flat. D10. There is no.
He has.
Oh, he has the great. Perfect.
Yes.
Do it.
It has the same little build up to where you can basically buff. Just so you know, he gets to add his intelligence mod into his, and then also it's at 300. It's not
Nice.
Oh, it's got spear and then
Very cool.
And I add Ant mod, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 8 plus
that. That's just so you know what he has. So
Perfect. I appreciate it.
that's for your knowledge.
So
12 plus.
Yep. And then
plus,
9.
10. So 20.
Yes.
So 12 on the first shot.
There's
Yes.
22 points of damage total.
Okay. I'm going to say so 12 is more than what he needed to take the guy out in the first shot. So the Zode that you see them
Nice.
both drawing the pistols, the one that had been talking to Crag over here, the code hits him. He KOs out. More of the crystalline body sort of shatters off of him. You turn and direct the second blast at the other guy through the window. Part of it sort of beams through, maybe melts and shatters. He hits it, and you see him sort of yell, and you hear him call, and you get the feeling that other people are.
They're around.
Even if he hasn't had the chance to like make a legit call, he's
It's enough.
screaming like he just got blasted,
And saw his friend die.
and saw his friend die.
Yeah.
He's more caring that he got the shit kicked out of him in a moment. So, but well done. Are there any other bonus actions or anything?
No, I think that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Jack, 10, 9,
9.
9.
All right.
All right.
He's just like stepping over the and just going right for the guy.
Okay, 20 feet. Yeah, you step over your conversation friend.
Like we haven't talked about this, but now you guys are
Right.
pulling guns
You
and
didn't
stuff.
fix
along.
it when I
And now I
said.
get to pull mine. He just pulled out his hammer. He's not even
Okay.
gonna pull out his shield before he's just pulling it out.
So as you grab the handle of the war hammer, it's sort of the crystalline head is not mechanical, but I think the haft probably is, and it sort of stretches and elongates,
Yeah.
building
pretty
out
image.
in sort of this like clicking and locking sound.
Yeah. I saw it as like one of his like back crystals. He describes it. just like-
Sure.
Yeah. So that's with it not with it being 10. 13, 17, 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits. Absolutely.
And that's 10 points of bludgeoning for the first attack.
Okay. That's enough. Yeah. So you bring the warhammer out. It crushes down onto this guy. You watch. So Zod don't exactly bleed. They have sort of a minuscule neutrino like bit that pumps the energy through them. But when they break open, there's sort of like a light burst and then it goes dim, and that's their version of lifeblood. And so he sort of scatters back across the stones. From where you are, you can look up, and the people that were in the station are like they were kind of watching anyway. They are very much alerted now that they have seen a warhammer bust into their friend.
He just having a great time.
Okay,
Mhm.
you got about 10 feet of movement if you want to head towards those stairs and kind of go up that way.
Yeah.
Or- Okay, great. So yeah, you start heading off that way.
would that put me on like the base of the stairs or just a little farther?
Probably like 5-10 feet from the base of the stairs.
Cool. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to kind of like plant myself there. I'm like, come on. let's go.
Okay, so you're going to activate your zone defender there. Nice.
You don't add your modifier.
You do. Yes.
You're special.
You don't add the proficiency dice
Okay.
to damage. And for the E6, part of me wants to be like, sure, just do it so it's all simpler, but officially no.
Can I use
Oh, and you can choose either.
It's a finesse weapon.
Which
Oh, is it? Does it have the heavy property?
You're using a heavy pistol? It is not. It is high velocity.
Okay.
No, it does.
So yeah. Apologies.
No,
I think are there any of the rifles that you can utilize strength on?
No, not from what I'm reading right here. Most of them look like they're all dex. The only
Okay.
one that's adaptable is the pistol, light pistol.
Adaptable means you
Yeah.
can use it in melee.
Yeah. But
I didn't know if any of them had the heavy property.
yes, a sniper rifle is heavy,
I think that just means it requires 2 hands.
and then heavy. There is a heavy rifle as well. There is a heavy pistol, but in the properties for heavy pistol, it doesn't say heavy. But a rifle that is heavy has the heavy property, and so does the sniper.
Double check the heavy property for me, just in case.
Yep.
We're gonna keep moving though.
Yeah.
No problems. This is where it's your first combat. Where I'm expecting all of these questions to come up. That was 9. We have another 9. Holly.
Just so you know, it means that a small creature cannot use the weapon.
Okay.
So if it is much bigger than the creature, it has disadvantage.
I'm gonna get up and I want to get within. Is there a way I can get 30 feet within 30 feet with these 3?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. You have to move out of the train car. So you stand up. You watch Greg sort of move forward towards the base of the car. You go a little bit to catch him in the way, but both of them are very close in the car.
You could also stay behind him.
Oh yeah,
because
she
of
is.
His shielding abilities. You're very small, not
I'm-
super small, but like
I'm
he's very big. So
I'm gonna use bolster,
Okay.
which it's funny. It's 30 feet, but I have to inject it, so that's my throwing needles. Anyway,
Or, like,
So
big
from your
darts.
rig, you actually have small, like coin-sized drones, from what it describes, and so you
my
can.
little drones just run out and go shop.
Yeah.
Run away.
dang it.
It gives you 5 temporary hit points for 8 hours. So 1, 2, and 3. Because
Cool.
you 2 are probably going to be up front.
I need it. I need those extra HP.
Nicely done.
Get 5 extra HP. It says each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5.
If
Well, I don't think I
HP?
can take it.
so,
For 8 hours.
combat knives. You
Yeah.
can use your strength.
Temporary.
modifier.
I'm gonna.
Up 5.
Pretty sure.
The what?
Not
No,
permanently.
yes, it
Otherwise,
has
we
to
literally
be.
just use bolster
You do
every
not have
day.
the
Every-
option of using your
Yeah,
dex
yeah.
modifier.
Mhm.
Yeah, finesse means usually finesse is a melee weapon that you have the option of using your dex with.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
all melee weapons use strength, and then the finesse you can.
Correct.
Okay.
All melee weapons assume you are utilizing strength.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this. Please.
Yes, real quick. Use your hand, use it.
Yeah, so all melee weapons make the assumption that you are utilizing your strength.
Okay.
If they have the finesse property, you have the option of
Okay.
utilizing your dexterity.
Okay.
And
But for gone.
it is, yeah, ranged attacks are assumed to be dexterity. There is, if it has the, if it has the thrown property, you may use strength when making a ranged attack. Got it? Yeah, because you are hurling. Okay. Great.
Little drones come out and give me a shot and run back to me.
Okay.
That's a weapon of war.
Drone shots.
Drone shot.
What? Oh, okay.
9, 8.
No, I mean, hi,
Go for it.
it's me. Is there anyone like? Are they just running down at this point?
It looks like they're about to. They haven't had it's not their turn yet, but you suspect there are more of them that are coming down.
Slowly pull out the rifle. We'll look
Okay.
over the shoulder, and where are they? They're running at, or they're not even running yet at this point.
So they just watched their friend get hammered, and they're about to start coming.
How many do I see?
From your perch, if you look out, you have to get out of the tube to
Mhm.
kind of peek around and look. You see 4.
4.
One of them looks formidable. They all look better trained than these 2 guys,
Okay.
but one of them looks skilled. You suspect he's probably the guy in charge.
As I'm
of this
coming
station.
out, I'm just gonna sweep, look, and then I'm just gonna shoot that one.
Okay.
Not that big one. I'm gonna shoot for the big guy. Am I sneak attacking? Does he know I'm there?
If you had hidden before combat, he does not know you're there. I will give it to you. Cool. And he has not acted yet, so yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, thank God
Jump.
for advantage. Gonna be 18 to hit.
18 does hit. Yeah.
Wait. That's 23 points of damage.
Okay. Nice.
The rifle goes, ah! And then I go right back in, and I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Okay.
I
Sounds
just turn around,
good.
like,
Make your stealth action.
well, I know where it came from. I just be like, hey man, like,
Mine.
So, 23.
23. Okay.
23 into the shadows.
Thank you. Okay. 8, 7.
7.
Go for it.
This sounds like a dumb question because I don't usually play a lot of characters who are stealthing all the time. If you are stealthing and you attack, do only like rogues get the bonus to? Is it damage bonus if you would attack an enemy when you're stealthed?
So
Is that a specialty class thing?
that is a specialty class thing. However, you could gain advantage on the attack.
Okay.
If they don't know that you are there,
Mhm.
they are effectively blind to you
To where
when
it's
you
coming
make the
from.
attack.
Okay. Then could I? You said we would have to get out of the train car to have a visual on any of the targets.
Correct.
Okay. And if we did that, would it be breaking stealth? Or
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I'm gonna say after he shot them,
they're
yes.
like, oh, there's people in the car.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
fine.
They are now. Before it
All
was
right.
surprising. Now it's
Now
like,
it's just like,
oh,
okay,
shit.
there's a lot of them. Okay.
They
Yeah.
just took
All
a
right.
solid bullet right to the chest.
Yeah.
We can't for at the
I
moment.
might want to be on my
yeah.
guard.
can you blame me though?
I cannot. Could I? So I would like to move out of the car so that I have sights on some of the big rock boyos.
Okay.
And
Fireball.
Sorry.
this is the one. That's the one thing that they're resistant to is fire. I wish I could say
Oh,
that, but I
man.
can't. So
Dispel magic.
otherwise, I
The
would
whole race
I
is
would have
based
used
off of
molecular agitation, which would be really cool, and I'll use that on another day. 'Cause that's one of my favorite new things.
I'm a little
Um,
terrified of that.
Ooh, actually,
You can
Oh,
either
wait.
resist the
No,
fire
this is
type or-
different. I was gonna say, hopefully we would ask you like, hey, what are Zode like
Strength
resistant
weaknesses.
to?
We had
Yeah,
We had
we
that
had,
talk
we had a
about poison.
conversation. Yeah, so
For the pain.
that's hopefully in character knowledge. Could I pick the what looks to be the biggest threat?
Yes.
So that one very capable looking target.
Absolutely.
And could I Interesting. Could I would like to attack him with Frost Coil.
Okay.
Ah,
He did that to me once.
Yeah.
it's very cold.
It is.
A lot of cold. He actually just needs to make a con save.
A con save?
Yeah.
Okay. 8.
Ha! DC 14.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck. He's gonna take 3d8 cold damage, and he cannot take any reactions until the start of my next
Sounds good.
round. So for this next round, he cannot take reactions. 3d8. What are numbers? These are the 8s.
Just love the thought of like it's all land. Ah, suck. You keep going.
This looks like 13 points of cold damage.
Nice.
Mm.
You slow down the.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I made question. So Frost Coil is actually, like I said, he had to make a con save in an area of effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-foot cube.
Yeah.
Is there anyone immediately in front of or behind him?
You could catch another person in the 10-foot cube. Absolutely. Second
If it's
con
not,
save.
if it's not too late.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me.
My
That
bad.
one does succeed with a 17
That is fine. He still takes half damage. So,
So-
if half of
for
the same,
7.
half of 13.
Yep.
Math.
7.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. And he doesn't get affected by the whole can't take reactions because he's succeeded. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So it is, on a 5, it is their turn. Yeah, I don't flip very great, but we've accepted that.
The whole place is about to get mowed down by Tommy.
Yep.
Oh,
So
I
the-
should have. I
Behind
should
the
have.
giant rock.
Spraying and praying.
As you gather
I made a
your,
mistake. I should have moved back behind cover, but it's
you
fine.
can move back in the thing if you want.
Okay. Yes,
That's
please.
what you're saying.
I was
About to
like,
blow
He's
I'm
up.
about to die.
Oh no! Don't say that.
I was, yeah,
I'm
or just
chilling in
even
there.
partial cover. Like
Sure.
if I don't have enough movement to get back inside, like
It didn't take
by
a
the
lot
door.
for you to get out. So
Cool.
when you pop your head out, you look up there, you gather the cosmic energies that you can, slowing down all of the air molecules in that region, basically creating this burst of frozen air that affects 2 of them. And as you are ducking back in, you can see them reaching beneath the consoles, grabbing heavy rifles. One of them has a long blade that sort of snaps out from place. They step out to the top of the stairs. 2 of them, or excuse me, the one with the long blade is gonna basically dash and run down the stairs to be right in melee with you. And at the end of his dash, he sort of leaps and comes with just a single blade attack. But that is only going to be a 9, so that's definitely going to miss. He comes jumping down, the sword comes swinging past you. You easily bat it out of the way.
Somebody's reaction is popping back.
Go for it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, excuse me, sir. You're gonna hit me. At least do it properly.
Mhm.
I said good day.
Gotta fix my ride first.
So does a 12?
A 12 does not hit these guys.
Yeah.
No. So they are slightly more armored than the first 2 people. You can see that they just have underneath their normal clothes sort of these heavy tactical vests.
Okay.
That could double as like machinery protection, but it does well enough to blunt the impact of your warhammer. From the top, the 2 mercenaries, they get down there, 2 soldiers, whatever, gang members, people. Zode,
The rock.
the rock,
The Rock
man.
Boys.
The bad rocks. Let's make that very clear.
Yep.
I am not being.
So the one that jumped down, was that the main guy or was that
No. That was just
one of
a
the foot soldiers?
yeah. We're doing all the foot soldiers.
Got it.
We got 3 decent foot soldiers and 1
Oh,
lieutenant.
right. There were 4.
Yep. So the decent foot soldiers are going to make 2 ranged attacks each. You ducked back in. You are within. You're out. So 2 at you and 2 at you, Holly.
Do I get any type of cover since behind the giant rock person?
No,
Damn it.
you're not a halfling. That's not how that works in this game. Here we go. Giant rock man. The first one definitely misses. The second one is a 22 to hit.
Gross.
Okay, that is going to be 6 points of damage. And Holly, the first one misses. The second one is a 23 to hit.
What's the first one?
A 7.
Okay, no. I have a low AC.
Checking.
Well,
Just making
yeah,
sure.
this one
He's like, BCC is 10, so you shouldn't
I'm-
have lower than that.
I felt real confident on the first one. So you're going to take 6 points of damage as well.
Cool.
Now, for our lieutenant, for the head of this station that you guys are in the midst of assaulting, he comes around the corner. He is still up at the top of the stairs, definitely letting his minion soldiers sort of run out there. And you can see he draws his heavy pistol up, and up over his shoulder in these small sorium microbots builds together this micro cannon that is going to launch these small kind of like seeking rockets. They're very small impact, but they allow him to shoot into the cover, kind of like the Whistlers. Yeah, sure. That is a better thing than I didn't realize I was describing that. But yes, that is.
You're all correct.
You are correct. So it's going to be the first 2 people that are closest to the door. I believe that is you and you, because you guys had to pop out to take shots. So 1 attack against each of you.
That's fine.
These aren't saves.
No.
Okay.
So
Just
the
making sure they're an actual attack.
yeah, the actual thing gets an attack roll.
Yep.
So the first one against you is going to fail with that die keeps rolling 3s. We're going to put that one away.
That's good. That's fine.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Ooh.
So that's
Just to let you know before you do all your damage, it's going to be half. Okay.
uncanny dodge. Thank you.
Yep.
So we will just keep
Normal.
flat damage. Normal damage sounds good.
Well, wait. You would double the damage dice only. So go ahead and do it, and then I'll.
Okay, we'll do the math.
We got.
We got it. So it is 6, 12 plus 3, 15, have 2, 8.
8.
There you go. Cool. 8 points of damage. That is it for my lieutenant. Anybody left? New round.
Eh.
Give me something to believe.
Up top. Ace.
Hey. All right.
Cybermancer, take us there.
So I can see the big bad guy.
So from where
But I
you're
have to
in,
come out.
in the car, you can see the guy that is in melee right here with Greg. But if you've seen that little like Whistler rocket
Right.
come bursting in, you've heard the shots firing, you've seen your friends take a couple of hits. If you get outside the door, you can shoot out. Or if you like shot out the window or go to the window that is shot out and like ducked out, you could do it with like some half cover.
I think I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Are we filming?
Oh, there's
The
many
whole time.
cameras on everyone. So like you always have a camera on you
Make it look
somewhere.
cool.
I turn to the camera and say, "Watch this." I'm still doing the same thing though. It's just
Do it.
It's still
Yeah.
I'm
I'm on board. Watch it.
going to attack I'm gonna attack the one that's closest to him,
Okay.
just to make sure I protect her a little bit too.
Oof.
That does not hit.
Big oop. Nope.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, that one does not hit. So the second sprite beam, 14 plus 5, 19. Yeah, so that one hits.
19. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Damage
you
up.
said, you said it was 7.
Yeah.
So this is 1d10. I'm sad about it. 3 plus 5, 8.
8 points of damage. Nicely done.
8 points damage.
I'm sad about that other one. So I turn back to the camera and say, and I use my bonus action. They take that half cover.
So half cover. Yeah, technically you can't hide.
Can't hide. Yeah.
You ain't a rope. I'm a
Take-
rope.
I just want to
Quit stealing my moves.
We're all trying to be like, stealth, please. Yes.
One day I will surpass you.
Ace, king.
He was ace.
Another ace. Go for it.
Cool. Pull out my shield. Is that gonna burn one of my two attacks?
No, I'll call it a bonus action.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that.
Okay.
I'll take the attack.
Okay.
I can use one of my attacks using stunts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put Guardian's Mark. That's within 5 feet. He's not within 5 feet.
He is.
Yeah, that's
There's
a melee range.
There is
Sword
a
boy.
person, and the lieutenant is
Yeah.
not.
You
How
gotta,
far away is
you gotta go through like 3 people to get the
From-
Yeah.
From
We'll get
you?
there. Do not worry.
We'll work
yeah.
on him.
We'll
You
work
focus
there.
on Sword Boy.
We'll get there. We'll hold on to that then.
We'll
Then
put
we're
pin
just
in
going to
it.
go.
We're He's right there.
So
0.4
he-
feet. Where did he come from?
He's right there.
He's
right
here.
How did you miss? He was 2 feet from you.
It's cool. So yeah, he's just gonna pull out the shield. All right, let's do this properly this time.
Okay.
Yeah, Warhammer again. 7 plus 6 is 13 plus 7. That's 7. That's 16 hit.
Hits.
And that's 2 plus 4 is 6 bludgeoning for its attack.
Okay.
And God, we're doing crap with you tonight. The second one's gonna miss.
Second one's gonna
The second
miss.
one's definitely gonna miss.
Okay.
With that.
I love you. Why do you do this to me?
Into dice trail. Into
And
the
that's
minute.
all we can do. He can't use bonus action because he used plus his action. So we're good to go.
Okay. Sounds good. Ace, king, queen, jack.
Jack. Oh, your deck's probably a lot higher than mine.
I would sure hope so.
Go for it.
Someone built something wrong.
Just weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I see if any of them have anything hanging from their hips? Like we're talking like explosive wise.
Passive what's your passive perception?
12.
You don't have a good line of sight on the people up top, so you have no idea on them. I can tell you right now, the guy he's fighting does not have an explosive visible that you could grab.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna take my hidden pop shot
Okay.
at the big guy who just decided to launch a rocket at me at the same time.
Okay.
So we're gonna give him the rifle again.
What a
Hopefully,
punk.
hopefully we're gonna give him. You're gonna decide for me. Thank you. That's 19 to hit.
Yes, does hit.
So we are gonna.
Yes, you are.
So that's 21 points of damage.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm back into my hidey hole.
Didn't help you with the rocket.
Did not, but you're gonna have to like move up or down that
Oh, I'm going towards her.
train car to.
Yeah, I'm moving
To hide
my
him.
way past her, and I'm gonna start kind of. Actually, you know
Okay.
what? That's a good idea. I'm gonna book it to another section
Yeah.
of that train car.
Yeah. You.
He's expecting something.
I mean, that's cover shooting, right? You can't. You can't stay in the same. You can, but
They'll just know
They're gonna
where-
know I'm shooting from that same spot
Yeah.
eventually.
yeah.
Exactly.
But
Where
if
am
your
I?
cover's
You
good
don't.
enough.
You don't know
Exactly.
for sure, but I'm there. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Well done. Make your stealth check. Audi.
Yeah.
What you got?
I am going to regretfully move from behind the giant rocks and offer me no protection.
Considering he's now engaged with the giant sword swinging.
It's only 12.
Yeah. So
Might
you're
wanna take-
welcome.
Thank you.
Easy to keep
Um,
a beat on.
Maybe.
Don't have to kill
Big
him.
guy's 40 feet from me, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to move forward 10 feet,
Okay.
hopefully, so I can, within 40 feet, the sword guy and lieutenant are in my 40 feet range. That's what I want.
Yes. Absolutely.
Cool. I have her range of 60 feet.
I was gonna say 40
Hold on.
feet sounds like such an odd
That's an
range. I was
odd
like,
range.
what has the range?
Sorry.
They like to do things in 30s and
Something I
D&D.
have.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 60 feet. Two of my little guys are gonna go, "Boop," and we're gonna do paralyzer at 3rd rank.
Okay.
Ooh.
So one little robot's gonna go right over sword guy. One robot's gonna go over lieutenant and drop electronic nets on them.
Okay.
This sounds so cool.
And they have to both make con saving throws. Or be
Cons.
paralyzed.
All right. Con save for the lieutenant is a natural 1.
Wow.
He is paralyzed.
So he is paralyzed. And for the underling, natural 6. I think he does have a bonus, but I don't think it's going to be high enough. +5, 11.
Nope.
There you go.
They're both paralyzed.
They are both paralyzed.
At the end of their turn, they can make another con save throw.
Okay. Sounds good.
Turn around.
You were on a jack?
He.
Okay, 10. 10 are the bad guys. So we'll do those saving throws now for the lieutenant at the end of his turn.
Okay.
Natural 16 plus 6 is 22. That's going to make it. And a natural 11 plus 4 for a 15. Okay. Well, their turn is wasted, though. So as the electricity pours over the rocks, you see them sort of seize up, and then they start to shake it off. And yeah, the electricity kind of grounds through them.
I mean, to be fair, I was shooting him again on the next turn, so it was regardless.
Yeah.
You know, he was getting out of it one way or another.
You
Mhm.
can just stay.
But now he doesn't get to shoot me back.
That's
now
right.
I'm ahead of him.
The two people, the 2 other soldiers that are at the top of the stairs with the boss and taking their shots, 2 are going to shoot at you, and 2 are going to continue to shoot at you. Nobody
Makes
else is
sense.
outside the train. So
Yeah,
those
good.
are, oh, you are?
Yeah.
But you're further away.
Yeah.
And
I
she
also
just shot
shot the boss.
shit out. So
You big man.
they'll shift targets when you
Big
get a little.
man.
Here we go. My Zode.
Yes.
Oh, okay, no, I'm not. They shut out the window.
Hold on.
Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I just remembered something.
Yes.
So the Zode, the lieutenant that rolled the natural 1,
Oh, that's
he
an
has
ability.
the harmonic
He has
harmonic
to-
luck.
He can
he does.
reroll.
He can re-roll that
Ones.
initial save.
Is there a
I
limit on that?
believe it. No, it's the halfling thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
no.
so
I
yeah,
have to ask about that.
it's yeah. So a 7 plus 6 is a 13.
I have 14.
So he did fail the first one. He breaks out in the second one. So that remains the same. I had just remembered that ability.
It's
Good to know.
fine.
Okay.
I've got that highlighted.
Yeah.
Man, who made that race?
I pulled that from the official content. Okay. They're just
Oh, natural
big rock
ones.
people.
Don't want that.
So your that is a 16 to hit the first one, and then a natural 20 on the second one.
Meets it, meets it.
Yeah, I mean,
I have
what
a
can I
20
say?
under class.
That's Zode though.
That is
You don't hurt. Actually, no, it's not going to matter. Can I parry it?
what does Perry say?
Um,
I believe you can reduce the damage.
when you use your reaction, you can add a roll to a stun die to your AC on an incoming attack. If the attack still hits,
He'll-
you reduce the damage.
He'll auto hit, but you could roll it to reduce the damage.
I'll do that.
Okay, great. That does use your reaction.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. 21.
Yeah, I mean he
He'll
does
still- he'll
he
still
does
hit.
still hit. So that is that is 18 points of damage reduced by your
By the, by,
by the parry.
so it's 18 pre-reduced.
Yeah.
18's already.
Yeah, no, not reduced, not reduced. I don't know what your parry was.
So I only rolled a 1.
So 17 points of damage. There you go. Those are the first 2 attacks. Second 2 attacks on Holly. First one is a 10.
No.
There you go. And a 24. Definitely will. That is 6 points of damage. Okay. That is it for the bad guys on 10. 9. 8.
8.
8.
Cool. Alright. Yeah, I'm a shooty at the big guy. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Specifically prime power force bolt at the head honcho.
Okay.
It's a ranged attack. Give me a second.
Okay.
My proficiency plus this plus my modifier. That's not the best, but we'll work with it. Actually, that might still hit. 17?
Barely hits.
Lucked out. All right, and that is going to be 2d10 force damage. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay. 7 points of damage. He is officially bloodied.
Yay!
Yeah, you see some of that liquid molten rock kind of bleed out of him and immediately harden over his skin. That is how Zodes bleed. You were on an 8, 7, 6, 6. Anya.
So, question.
Please.
I have a couple of different strikes
Okay.
that are bonus actions. And the one I looked up does not say melee, so that works with my gun. If it doesn't say melee, just as weapon attack.
As far as I understand, yeah. Which one is it? I'll read it to double check.
Graviton
Graviton
strike.
strike.
That just sounds cool.
Yeah.
Graviton strike.
Like,
Love that.
Let's see. Gravity sphere, gravity well, guiding. Okay.
just
Graviton.
make
Graviton strike. Forging technique bonus action. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the end of the duration. It does not say melee attack.
Yeah, because like I have disruptive attack strike, and that does say melee weapon attack. All right, so we'll do that. If I hit.
Yes. So you gather the forging energy. You use your connection with your rig. It does charge your weapon, and so it's as long as you're concentrating on it, it continues until you hit. The first time you hit is it's done. After you hit, but if you miss, you could do it next time without using the bonus action.
that's handy.
Yeah, it's the paladin smite powers.
Yeah.
So it's also like volley of or ensnaring strike.
So it's just set until you use it.
Mm-hmm. 12. Oh, he's not paralyzed anymore. So
Well,
yes.
I'm not going to.
Oh, one of the mercenaries. Let me double. I don't think a 12 hits, but I'm pretty. No, their armor class is 14. So as long as you maintain concentration on that ability, you'll try it again next time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just has an extra hit.
Correct.
So I'm not sure. I don't have to, but I haven't.
You haven't used it yet. It's powered up. It's in there.
Okay.
And after you hit, then it's gone. But you haven't hit yet. So
Wait, how is it gone after I hit?
You've loaded the bullet. Now, once that bullet
It
hits,
will- so
No, because the gravity field won't exist until after it hits. And once the gravity, but then the gravity field will go into existence.
correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So you're saying
The strike will go away. Yes. Yep. We found the terms.
yeah.
We did it, folks.
Yay.
We did it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I was like, no.
We
it's
got
not.
it.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
then when you're like,
we
oh,
are
I'm like, no.
D&D now.
We're doing it good. Anybody left? New round.
That's weird.
See you guys later.
Wow.
That's
Good.
good.
Up top, ace, king.
King.
Ooh.
You've got the better decks.
I mean,
I have a +2.
I got it.
Go for it.
+4.
Yeah, yeah. Hey.
Why did we wait? Just say that. That's
You never know. It's a surprise. We gotta add the
It's
suspense.
to me. I'm +4.
Go.
All right, go for it.
No,
All right.
Musical.
Special about it.
So I am going to use a rank 2 spell and then do obfuscate.
okay.
And since I'm close enough to him, so I'm going to touch him and make him go invisible.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm actually 0.
Yeah.
And I stay in my spot again.
Okay. So yeah, you reach out, you place your hand on him.
Nice.
Guess like a bunch of mirrors pop around him. I don't know.
Well, what it says is
Please.
I bend the light,
Nice.
around him, so that way he appears invisible.
Very cool.
So my infiltration suit would suddenly become camouflage.
Very cool.
Everything on him.
Okay. Over here, Anya.
It's on
I will never.
Run new D20.
Anyone
Or
that's
better
super-
than
Oh, well, you mainly.
Yeah.
You've taken like the most damage
yeah,
out of
yeah,
everyone,
sure.
or maybe Zero.
I know. I'm feeling for you. I'm feeling for you.
Oh.
That's all. That's all I got.
Do you need
do you want a new D20?
do you need a-
Do you want to try a new one?
I have so
Friend?
many. I keep trying different ones. None of them
We're
work.
trying to kill you.
You should put him in the bear.
Put them
Put him in the bear.
in bear them in it. It's their face.
Okay.
They go with the
King,
back out.
queen. Queen is also the bad guys. What's your dex?
2.
2. So the lieutenant's going to go first.
Cool.
And then you will go, and then the other bad guys will go. So the lieutenant is going to, he moves down the stairs because you guys are right there. And he actually is going to hop off the stairs to one of the sides before he gets in melee with you so that he can angle his attack. And he's catching part of the train as well. This is, you see that cannon on his shoulder begin to kind of whirl up, and it, instead of having like the little rocket pods, it becomes much more of this like large cone. It is going to be a 30-foot cone. So it's going to catch 1, 2, 3. I think it catches everybody, if I'm not mistaken.
If it counts as being like inside the train.
In the train does count too, yeah,
Cool.
because it is a
Yeah.
concussive force. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws, please. DC of 14.
Double check to see if you have bonuses to Constitution, y'all. This is our baby's first roll.
Baby's first roll.
Wow.
Nope.
So if you have advantage, you roll 2d20. Are you proficient in con saves?
Ooh.
Can I see? I think I know where you wrote it or not. It would be on your class.
I'm proficient.
So you roll
your
you roll your
proficiency
d6. You roll your proficiency. die.
Sentinel, you are proficient in charisma and constitution.
So you do add
Yeah.
a so you get
Do I not get the advantage?
no. You still get advantage. Why do you have advantage?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know.
think maybe I wrote it down instead of.
No, you do not have advantage. You just have proficiency.
So it's a d20 plus a d6
Con. Nope,
and your
wisdom.
con modifier. That does
Yeah.
get added in as well. I would say 1d6 plus what's your con mod?
Is that what you,
So I'd say
what
1d6
you
plus 3.
rolled?
At the end of your of the abilities, that third box down there, I believe that's for
That's
all
fine.
of
We gotta
your
keep it.
saving throws.
We're gonna do.
We'll start over here with Zero. What was your? Did you make it?
I'm just looking at something. No, I did not.
You did
What was the DC? Sorry.
14. Negative.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh. No. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out in a moment.
By 2. Missed by 2.
Yeah, he's just doing it.
It's just a big.
No, I know.
Okay. Great.
One more.
14.
So 14 is the DC.
So one more level.
Then you make it. Meets it, beats it.
One more level.
Works on every level.
So it is, if you failed, you take 18 points of force damage.
Gross.
If you succeeded, you take half as much. You take 9.
Oh.
So 18
Wow.
points of force damage.
Yes. If you failed, you are also knocked prone.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
man. Okay, well.
You see the
Can't see me.
the windows on the train car like shatter in. I'm not going to add any piercing damage on that nonsense, but like the train car sort of like rocks in a force, and then sort of comes juggling back.
Does he look bloody?
He is bloody.
He
Yeah.
is bloodied?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it was the last time I hit him. But he was bloody.
Okay, that is it for the lieutenant over here.
Alright. Yeah, it's cool. We're gonna take 2 attacks against the guy that's next to me.
Okay, let's do it.
Come on.
Hurt him.
I'm good. Into the fences, Merle. Hard 20.
Definitely.
That's 10 bludgeoning. for the
Okay.
first attack.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Yep. Yep.
Another 10 points of bludgeoning for him.
Okay.
If he's still looking pretty healthy, bonus action, shield master, try to knock him.
Let's do it. Do it.
I believe it's contested strength.
Okay.
So yeah, 17 plus that's 18, and then plus 4, 22.
Yeah, he had a modified 18, so you knock him prone. Yeah,
Yeah.
the shield comes ripping across him. His feet just come out from underneath him. He's in air for a brief second, slams down onto the ground. It is his turn now, so he's going to use half his movement to stand up, and he's going to swing back at you with 2 sword attacks, both of which are going to fail, 15 being the higher one. Yeah, he's out on that. Our other 2 mercenaries, one's going to keep shooting at you. You are a dangerous man, beating up his friend. A natural 3 and a natural 20.
Right.
So the natural 20 is going to hit
That will
on that.
But it's just like getting hit by both the attacks. If you think about it,
If you think about it.
So that is 14, 16 points of damage.
you do have your parry back up.
I've got to save a reaction. I have a feeling this guy's going to start letting loose some things.
Okay,
That's 14.
16. 16. And then 2 attacks on Holly.
I can't believe we died the second episode.
Get back! Get back in here! Oh my god, you haven't healed yourself, girl.
I'm fine.
The other
I'm
2
way
that are
down
shooting
the
in the
totem
distance.
pole.
13. That hits.
Mhm.
Why does that hit?
Because it's 12.
Okay.
She's a baby.
All right. I mean,
I should have told you to stay in the train car with us.
and then so the other one definitely hits.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Nightshade's gonna freaking murder me. I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I forgot to watch the deer baby. This is why I
13
don't
points
want
of
kids.
damage.
She didn't give us any
I'm
responsibility.
down.
You're unconscious.
Okay.
All right. That is it for the bad guys. Queen, Jack.
Can I get a play real quick?
Yeah.
You have 1, 2 that are shooting over here. You got Captain that's just blasting this big thing at us, and you got him squaring off over here, right?
So the 2 people that are shooting are at the top of the stairs still.
Okay, but the captain's down.
The
here
captain
with
is
us,
on the ground level. Yeah,
and he is now squared off with someone.
he is. He has been squared off with somebody for the past few rounds.
Did the grunt get hit by the blast as well? If he got hit by it,
I will say yes.
Okay.
Let me go.
just
I wondered
asking.
about that
Like,
collateral
if
damage.
he's immune
Yeah.
to
Sure.
it, then that was something.
No,
I needed to know.
he is not, and I did not take that into consideration. I'm going to say he doesn't go prone, just because we'd have to retrocon a lot of things.
Yeah.
But let me see. He'd succeed, so he wouldn't anyway. But he does take the 9 points of
9
damage.
points of damage.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are they both bloodied right now?
Those two people are bloodied. Yeah.
They look rough.
Oh yeah. Well, for you, probably 2 shots each.
2 shots each
2 shots that you've done so far. Like 2 shots
to take
each.
down the captain.
to,
or
the-
both
to-
of them.
to take down the lieutenant and the grunt.
Okay, like both of them would need 2 shots for each of them.
Yes.
Just need to know where I'm at.
I've
That's
got a couple more tricks.
that's where you're,
No,
that's what you got.
it's okay. I'm sizing up what I'm doing next. That's
Gotcha.
Jack. 10, 9,
9.
9.
9.
What you got?
I don't like
gonna
any
let
of
her go.
what's happening. So you're
Serious damage.
unconscious.
Yeah.
So remind me.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
she's
she said.
She's out there in the open.
Yeah.
I said out the train.
You have
Oh, I thought you said
ability?
in the train.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
out.
Yeah, so
not there.
she's-
I was literally just like,
we don't got no way
Um,
of helping her.
Nope.
yeah. Actually,
That's what we
oh,
can help is
wait, maybe
clear the way
not.
for the sentinel.
Give me a second. I need to look at the strength one spell.
Make
So
your way.
I use protection field on myself. It's
Mhm.
basically the equivalent of mage armor.
Yep.
I can't cast it on her, can I?
Actually, you can. Anybody you touch can benefit
I
from
assumed
it.
it was a touch spell.
Let me rephrase. If it is the same as mage armor, you could cast it on other people.
It specifically says that it's
If it's range touch.
wait, maybe it's self. I have self written down, but I don't know if it was just because of I might not
What's
be
the
able to
name of
pass
the spell?
it.
What's the name of the spell?
Protection field.
Don't
Yeah.
Okay.
But and Bastion is also not something I can use for her. Kill the thing.
Nope, it is for you.
I mean, I was really thinking about taking him out.
It is only
Kill
for
them and
you.
the sentinel. can
Yeah,
go.
only self. Okay, disregard.
We have
Um,
one more healer.
Yep, this is true. Yeah, let's get rid of. Okay, so actually, question because
Please.
this is something I need to know for
Okay.
future things. So I have a spell called talent,
Mhm.
talent called molecular agitation, which normally is that I agitate the molecules in a given plastic or mostly metal compound object.
Okay.
To such a degree that they get extremely hot, and then
Yep.
the person who's carrying the item has to drop it,
Yep.
and they also take damage.
Yep.
However, I do have an ability based on my class that allows me to change the damage type of any talent. But the innate physics nature of the spell is for it to be fire because you heat up the molecules. Like that's the name of the spell.
Sure.
But these guys don't. Fire's nothing to them.
If you wanted to science it, you could slow down the molecules and make
Okay.
them cold.
Okay.
I would
okay.
allow.
I was trying to think of a type of damage that would work, and I was like, please.
Science.
If you're talking about the if my radiant comes from a
Mhm.
little, I don't know what they're called.
Sorium.
Yeah, if radiant damage comes from that, I'm sure you could probably manipulate thorium.
Yeah. I mean, I guess technically, Sorium is almost exclusively used by the tech classes.
Mhm.
So I don't want to open that door just yet.
Otherwise, I'll be unstoppable. In that case, I will use molecular agitation, but in that case, it would be the reverse.
Okay.
So I pick a manufactured object made mostly of a metallic compound or reinforced plastic. In this case, is the Zode wearing any form of armor?
Yeah.
That is made mostly of reinforced plastic or metal.
Yes.
Cool. Rather than pick his weapon, I'm gonna pick his armor because he's gonna have a hard time getting out of it.
Okay.
So I pick armor or casting of a device or a device itself. Generate an extreme amount of insert element here. The creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 of that elemental damage, and until the effect of this concentration spell ends, as a bonus action, I can cause this damage, and the creature that is holding or wearing the object must make a Constitution save or drop the object if they can.
Okay.
And if it's not dropped and it's still on their person, they have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
He's gonna be having a hard time with his armor.
Yeah. So I believe he's making a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
What I'm understanding. Natural 16 plus 6, 22.
That makes it.
Okay. So I believe he takes half damage, and he is able to concentrate on what he is doing, but he does still take the damage.
Can you look up this spell for me? Molecular agitation. Because it has,
Right here.
it almost implies that the damage is automatically done. Give me 1 second. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 damage when you use this power. It's not a.
Okay.
It's
So-
not a.
So roll the
it's
damage,
just-
but he
yeah.
doesn't suffer the.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, he tries to take off his armor and he fails. Well, or no, he succeeded in taking off his armor, so he basically stripped. You're welcome.
Wait, so he has to take off the armor?
Yeah,
That's the way he
he takes he
Hold on.
succeeded in taking off the armor.
I'm reading it.
Or drop the
Yeah, this is heat metal, and I hate heat
object. Except it's modified for the age, and it is very powerful. It is one of my favorites.
When everything's made of metal.
I hope you
Yay!
enjoyed using that spell once.
Is
It's
it
right.
honestly?
It's range.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Heat metal is usually touch. That's the weird thing.
Mhm.
All the ships, the larger objects, affected by the power. Any creature and physical object with it takes damage. So the effect ends. The bonus action, each of your subsequent turns cause damage again.
If they still have it.
Creature holding or wearing the object takes damage from it. And the succeeding constitution saving throw. If it can, it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. And
Thank you so much. So he took off his armor.
So
So-
here's the thing: he physically can't take it off in that time.
Okay,
There
that makes
are
sense.
so this is what it's going to be. If they succeed the Constitution saving throw, they do not suffer the disadvantage effects. The damage is
Okay.
constant. Every time
Okay.
you do it, he will make a con save.
Okay.
If he fails the con save, then it gets to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And if it was an object, he would have dropped it.
Mhm.
But since he cannot drop it, you're
Mhm.
essentially saying that they are
almost like-
they are muscling through.
It's almost like
the
chain
pain.
lightning, kind of, except instead of automatically doing the damage when you have form that connection, he has to make a con save.
So
for it.
the damage is automatic. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Every bonus action
Oh,
you
it's
do
the
it.
disadvantage.
It's the disadvantage
Okay.
that he is saving
Yeah.
against.
Cool,
and
cool.
and that is
Got it.
that is fine, because to me, if you're holding something cold, if you've ever like stuck your arm in ice water,
Like dry ice
if
or
you,
something,
yeah,
like-
or like you're holding something that's hot, you know what I mean? You're
The
basically
instinct
just
is-
forcing yourself to
Yeah.
hold on to it and to do something proper.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect. So the damage for that was 11.
11 points damage. Thank you.
Yeah.
My turn.
Your turn. Do it.
Get up. I'm gonna just mosey my way around behind him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stay back behind him. I'm gonna
Okay.
use the hide. I'm just gonna hide behind him.
Okay.
We're just gonna kind of just wait it out for a sec. We're gonna wait it out for a second.
Are you prepping any actions?
Honestly, all I want to do is just make sure I'm line of sighted behind him.
Could
That
you-
He doesn't know I'm back there, and that's really all I'm going for.
If
Because I'm
you
invincible. So
You are
question,
invisible.
if he was priming his cannon again and he decided he wanted to do another one of those big attacks, could he attack before he fires his cannon, but when it's powering up?
If you prepped it. if
it
you
wouldn't
wanted to.
disrupt it. Though.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Mhm.
I mean, I would. assume it would, or at least he would maybe misfire.
I will attack if he.
I just don't think we can. We
Yeah.
can survive
I'll
another
attack
one
if
of
he primes
those.
the cannon up with the
Yeah, but
blast. If I can see it that it's gonna be one of those blasts,
Yeah.
then I'll hit him. But if it's gonna be just the rockets again, I'm still gonna hold.
Make your stealth check with advantage. So your bonus action and cunning action stealth check. Got it. Do it.
I would like to talk about buying better.
Yep.
Maybe.
So 28 for stealth.
Absolutely.
I am
Nope.
the knight.
You are the knight.
You
No, who are you? No one can see you.
just hear that.
Right.
Okay.
No.
You don't even hear that.
What card were you guys on?
9.
9, 8,
No, I do that
7,
with my
6, 5. Go for it.
14.
Success.
Hey.
That's one.
That's 1.
Anybody left? New round.
Ooh.
That's more like it.
Top ace.
Cards hate me today.
Go for it.
17.
Hey.
Two successes.
Just need one
You about to
more.
get a free heal. A free 1 HP
King.
heal.
Queen. Jack.
Jack, I'm
Alright.
going earlier for once.
Welcome.
R.
Wow.
So are the bad guys. What is your dex?
Oh no.
Great.
Oh, no.
My dex is +2. Yes.
Okay, so the leader has a +3. He is going to, now that he's on the ground, he can see inside the train car. And
Yeah, and I've been peeking over the edge, being like, I guess I will link to him. He just.
yeah, he does not like you freezing his armor on him.
Mhm.
So he is going to double attack you. It is not. Well, hold on. Let me
But
see.
it's not.
Cannon does not recharge. So 2 heavy rifle attacks.
Do I have partial cover?
You do. You have +2 to your AC.
Oh, cool.
So the first one will not hit. The other one is a 24.
Gross. I don't like that. We're gonna go ahead and reaction to Bastion
Okay.
+5 to my AC. So it. Wait, what did you say it was?
24.
Ooh.
Never.
That doesn't. Wait. Math is hard. No, you would literally wait.
Has to be 19 for it to work.
17 and then +5, 22. So no, it wouldn't even matter. Disregard.
Give her the damage.
I just
Hit that wizard. Hit that wizard right in their squishy
You're gonna
innards.
have 2
Goddamn
unconscious team
shield
members in a
spells
second.
ruin my
And you are
life all the
chilling out
time.
invisible behind him. Thank you, sir.
15 points of damage.
Oh,
Oh,
And I need you to
I
make
am definitely bloodied. Hi,
I need
kids.
you to make a concentration check
Oh,
on
gross. Yeah, on
molecular
the
agitation.
yeah. Okay.
Does that do it after his turn is over or before his turn is over?
Where's my- Oh,
It's when she takes the damage.
35.
Okay. No, I'm talking about like when does he get the effect again where it's going to do damage?
On her turn.
Okay.
Because she has a
Uh,
bonus action.
I'm just asking
Yeah,
for my
yeah,
own
yeah.
knowledge, so I'm learning as I'm
11
going.
points of damage?
Learning as I'm going.
Was it 11 points
It
of
was
Yeah.
15.
Oh.
It was 15.
and then Constitution
Yes.
because of the Constitution.
Yep. DC of 10.
I'm chilling.
Y'all remember when you
Amazing,
wanted to
man.
fight the big guy?
I got their
13.
attention.
13.
Yeah.
Right? Like that guy hasn't
Yes,
showed
you're
up
good.
yet.
Take it.
You're good. Okay.
Take it as it comes. Me.
Yes,
the bad
please.
guys.
No, it's you.
Or,
It's you.
oh, yeah, because the rest of them are lower.
Yep.
Cool. I didn't like that. So, first of all, bonus action. You, sir, are a bad rock boy. Freeze his armor again.
All right. Roll your damage. 2d8.
Rude.
He rolls a 12 on the Constitution saving
That
throw.
is a fail.
You
Okay.
were
7 points of damage, and now he has disadvantage on both ability checks and attacks made before my next turn.
Got it.
You all are welcome. And for my main attack, because that was not enough, I guess,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can't use a concentration spell because I'm using one already. And yes, yeah, I'm probably gonna use prime powers because we still have to fight big bad, I should probably conserve my strength. Yeah, let's just use force bolts again.
Okay.
Good old force bolt, range attack at big guy because he's pain in my butt. All right. Hey. Oh, it's good. Click, 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 click. No. I tried. 15.
Miss.
The pain really hurt me, and I was like,
Yeah.
ow.
Half your health.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's a you joke, but that actually is, yeah. Would have been half if
So I
you
want to
hadn't
let you
given
know
me-
this camera angle on this right now is her
Mhm.
just going. Eric, and you just see like the dun 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 dun.
It's very
yeah.
dramatic.
You're gonna edit a hit in for,
Yeah.
for that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You just see
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the background. That was Jack.
Jack. Yes.
Yeah.
Minions. Not minions. Whatever. Soldiers.
Oh.
2 on Rockman. Natural 1 re-rolled to we've got 13 and 13 for 17 and 17. Nice. Okay. None of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boss is dealing with you. Can't see you. 2 people up top. You're on the ground. One is going to shoot the Rockman. One is going to shoot the Sentinel. So Anya. Oh, are you still behind the window? I thought you were out. I thought you said you were
I thought
out.
it was, and I realized I never moved.
Oh,
I broke the window, and then I never moved.
Yeah.
yeah. So no, they yeah, they would have
I mean,
three.
I'm still standing in the window.
They would have 3/4 covered on you. You would have 3/4
Okay,
covered.
like I'm not hiding.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
crouching. I'm taking
Yeah.
cover. I mean, I should take cover. I probably should.
So +5 to your AC.
Okay.
Okay. So both they rolled 2 15s, so that's 21 and 21. Does that hit?
No.
Okay. Cover saved you, huh? Yep.
Okay.
It was for him. That was for her.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Now these are for you.
Nice.
Yay.
Hit me hard.
Both of those miss. Natural 3, natural 11, 17's the higher.
Wow.
Yep. So they are firing, but shields are up. You're ducking behind cover.
I'm soldiering. Like a soldier should do.
You are soldiering like a soldier should do, and that train car is starting to Swiss
Buckle.
cheese up. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially after that big
Well,
concussive
I'm gonna
blast.
be going to heal her.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay,
like
Jack.
that.
10, 9,
Here.
8, 9.
9. All right. So first, I'm going to get up and I'm going to look out and I'm going to say, I don't like that. And I'm going to use my sprite beam again.
Okay.
Hey.
2 times.
2 times a time?
2 times.
It's not broken.
Both are hitting.
Yeah.
Hey.
Both of them are hitting. What? I'm calling it.
You want my homemade
13,
sprite beam?
18.
Hits.
Solid.
All right. Then the first one,
Lemon and lime.
17, 19. That definitely hits.
Yes.
19.
Nice.
So, all right.
Is it Quentin?
2 d10s. Oh, that's a d10.
So, what could be?
No,
No,
I
the
was
damage
making
is
sure.
quite
You better,
I'm
you
like
better,
that.
you better do it.
Get me on
You
this
better do it.
guy.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I just keep missing because I'm just like,
8 plus 5, and then so
This
that's
is the guy
10,
we
and
know.
then 8.
I'm not committed to this.
I'm
So
not.
23 points altogether.
23 total to the lieutenant.
main- Yes.
Out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get him.
Exactly what you needed.
Oh my
23
gosh.
right there.
Ah,
Checked
you.
off.
Thank you.
And
Boom.
And now I get his temporary hit.
Yes, you do. There you go. Draw those
Nice.
hit points in.
love that.
More.
You see this
Now
code
you're
begin to.
Yes.
It's these little like digital manifestations, kind of these light bursts in 01 code that cover over your skin and body. That's how I like to think those temporary hit points
Yes.
probably
Mhm.
start to work out. Anything else? Bonus actions? Any movement? Stuff like that?
You said the card is looking like Swiss cheese. You know what?
It-
I'm still gonna stay in it.
Okay. That's fine.
You know what? Bad cover is better than no cover.
Correct.
We learned the hard way.
Okay, you were on a
9.
8. 8. There you go, Anya.
I'm gonna move so I'm within 30 feet of as many people as I can.
Sure. Okay, so you to catch those two, you got to get out of the car a little bit, but you're near the edge. So yeah, you got them all within 30.
Okay, cool. And then I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tell us about mass treatment.
So,
Okay.
So it's medically treat up to 6 creatures of my choice, so within 30 feet. Creature gains hit points equal to 2d8 plus my fortune ability.
So plus your charisma mod.
Thank you.
12 plus 4, so 16.
Yes.
Wow.
You have full health.
I'm back.
Amazing.
Woo.
It can.
Awesome.
Yeah. Up
Thank
to
God.
6, right? So you
Yeah, I
yeah.
took a little bit of damage. It's all done now.
Wow.
We're back feeling good now.
Hey.
Yeah. So I think the forging drones come out of the rig. You see some of them start like knitting together bruises. Maybe there's like some weird smelling salts involved and a little shot. Yeah. What-
Just a little bit of
One just seems to be
adrenaline, just like-
malfunctioning in the air right
Yeah.
here somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even see what it's
No.
doing. It's just like,
But it still works though. 'Cause it just kind
Yeah.
oh no, it's malfunctioning because you can't see me, so it's just hitting me. I'm like, blow up my cover. Go, go.
I
of,
like to think that even though you're like completely invisible, you have this one camera just watching you the entire
Oh yeah, there's
And
definitely
you're not-
cameras all the time.
and
Just literally.
there's one that's just
Well,
not
then it wouldn't
in
work on
the coding.
Do you have to see them? Okay.
Oh,
So
so no hit points for me.
Sorry.
I don't need them.
Oh.
I don't need your stinky.
I mean, you do, but
I do actually.
I was like,
But you know what? We live life on the edge here.
yeah, it has to be that I can see.
okay.
If I can't see you.
well,
all good.
Holly can always take care of you.
Well,
But
Holly's
maybe
alive now.
maybe she should take care of
You're alive
herself.
now.
Okay.
Uh,
She's up.
Eight.
No, I mean, yeah. I'll just because I can. I'll bonus action like mark.
Good idea.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I'm back. I'm back.
Wow.
I'm gonna kill
Yes.
7,
Cool.
6,
That's me. 7.
7.
I'm gonna just pop up right behind him and stab straight through as much as possible through
Let's
the
do
guy
it.
that's right in front of you.
I thought you even stabbed him. I was like, oh my god.
Yes.
Ah,
I don't know which one is which.
he was working with us the whole time. I don't understand.
That would be.
Excuse me?
That would be.
So it's killed my
hilarious.
family.
Real space racist zero?
That would be hilarious.
Ow.
Uh,
Can't hit my AC though.
That is an unnat 20.
Yes, hits.
He would have hit my AC.
Stabby, stabby.
Hello. All right. That's 23 points of damage.
23.
Dang.
Ow.
Wow, all these
Ouch.
23s.
Cool. And then I'm going to so if they're up on a platform like this, right?
Yeah.
And we're down here.
Yeah.
and the train's back here. What's in front of me?
Like underneath the
Underneath wherever they're standing.
underneath the staircase. I think it's like a solid-ish staircase. So there's not like a stairwell underneath there.
Okay.
But like around the side, there's probably some vending machines, like normal train
Wanna go
station
get a snack?
things.
I'm gonna need a snack after this.
There's no like doors or anything like that.
No. There's nothing down there.
Mhm.
It's just the solid rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back into the train. Then I'm gonna bonus action dash and run even further down the train.
Okay.
So
So no one knows where you are.
so no one knows where I am.
All right.
Very,
You
very
just take
back
off
of
down the train.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just like high five, but you dipped off too fast.
Oh, I would have high fived you right after.
Oh,
But I would have been like stab straight through. You'd be like,
Everyone like,
whoa!
Nice.
And then you would have like dragged off the sword. I'm like, see ya.
Cool. So yeah, this is setting up a great little scene. So now we're like pushing him off the sword, and now I'm looking at the two guys up there, and I'm using 25 feet of movement speed just to every step on this step, just smashing down and just trying to be as intimidating as I can.
Okay. Yeah, you're up. You get up to them.
And
You're
we're just gonna
intimidating.
swing for the fences more on one of them
Okay.
because they can't have this advantage. They shoot me close range.
It's true.
I
Cool.
gotta get out of there. I was like,
Knock, knock.
Although your strategy is like get as far away as possible. His strategy is get as close as possible.
There are two types of
That was a
D&D
nat one on
players.
one of them.
The rogues and the fighter.
Hey.
That one.
On that
Oh.
one.
But I got that little harmony.
hey,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that was the fun.
use their own weapons.
Harmonic
against
luck.
it.
Ah, ha, ha,
Yay,
that's
yeah.
much better. That's a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Yay.
That might not. That's 8, 12. No, that's not good.
Okay.
But one
14 is their AC.
close, but no cigar.
Great.
But that's 11 points.
11 points of damage.
Bonus action, we're going to second wind.
Okay.
So that's 1d10. So 11 points. And that's it. We're just gonna, we're just in their faces now.
Okay.
I want to hold that action surge for me.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6, 5, 4, 3. New round. Up top, Ace. King.
King.
King. What you got?
Real fast right now. I'm feeling a lot better since I'm not close to death anymore. Just gonna do the good old force bolt, and I'm gonna try to hit the one that you didn't hit because I assume it's easier to hit that one because the other one you're kind of right in front of them, and I don't want to hit you. So
We appreciate
I'd rather not hit a teammate, you know.
it. Yeah,
Practice.
Which one?
Just hit me.
Let's do it.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was very solid. That will
Almost.
definitely 28.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
was like, I could have used that
He
against.
said 20 and he said, no, we are running. We're leaving.
All right, so that's a 2d8. No, 2d10.
Mm-hmm.
Did I write 2d8 on my page? No, 2d10. Never mind. Whoop. That's gonna be 3
Okay.
Yeah.
points of damage.
A good 3.
My mind was just
Every
like,
point counts.
wizard chipping away.
Bonus actions, anything like that?
No bonus action. Just gonna move to a different part of the car because I haven't been doing that. I might
Sure.
go check on you.
All right.
I know you're outside.
She's outside the car.
I'll go like to the
You're against the edge.
close to the door. Like, hey girl, how you doing?
Please don't die. Your sister will be so
This-
mad.
She's gonna kill me. I
There's
know.
a camera just in between both of your faces watching.
Right, watching it.
No, I'll just like put a tentative hand out, like, oh, just like a dramatic moment.
good
don't let go, Jack.
Act natural. We're getting good footage. Act natural.
Reach for my hand.
Okay.
We're on the ground.
Queen.
Queen.
Go for it. Holly.
I'm gonna use my movement to get up. I would like to get up, please.
Half your movement to stand up. Go
Yeah,
for
cool. Can I use my other half movement to get into the train?
Come on.
it.
Cool.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna cast mend on myself.
Gonna
Yes.
cast what?
Mend on myself. which
Okay.
is
Good.
1d8 plus 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 points of healing.
Okay.
Good.
That's my turn.
Got
That's
it.
important.
You see Zero, and they're going,
Do
"Hey, girl,
Hold on.
you looking better."
as a medic,
Uh-huh.
don't you get bonus
We should.
healing hit point healing when you
Bonus healing when you heal yourself.
yes.
I know
Well,
it is certain.
It's overall.
I think it's every time you heal, you get some bonus. You get some bonus healing. So
Let me
Dub-
check on that.
double check that.
And if that happens, I'm gonna heal someone else. So I get healing. That's
Okay.
also a
So
thing.
so you read about that. Let us know. We're gonna keep
Go,
moving.
go, 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 go.
That was
Queen.
Queen Jack 10.
Me. I think I
Okay.
got that
You
one.
have dashed.
I have dashed the train,
Yeah, very far
and
away.
now I'm gonna just pop my head out and look.
Okay,
Do I see them?
you do. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Before I go up to look, I would like the bonus action hide with the rifle, and then pop up.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Got it. That's 19.
Beats their passive. Go for it.
You're just at the angle that they can't see you.
Yeah.
You're just walking up your giant.
Yeah,
ass
excuse
body.
me.
I mean, they're just as tall.
Yeah. All right.
So you do have advantage because they don't know you're there,
Okay.
or they don't know where the attack's coming from. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
What's the range on the rifle?
The rifle itself has a 70 to 210.
So you're within 70. So you are good.
Okay.
So go for it.
It's a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
You can't. Sorry.
I know. That's what it's
We've discovered this.
That's because you're always slightly on fire.
That's true.
Hey.
2 bad rolls, man.
I'll say that. It'll hear you. 23 points of damage again.
Out.
As
Oh,
if I'm
Jesus.
just like rotating right now. Just like get away from me!
Nice.
Okay.
The tiny deer get dropped here.
And I'm gonna use a little bit of movement to get near her.
All right,
that
so
if
30
something comes in that train after us, I'm like at least right there.
Okay, you come 30 feet back.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That was awesome.
That's all your
That's all I can
actions.
do.
So
Yeah,
at
I don't have a
level
bonus
6,
action
when I
anymore.
heal people, I also get that healing +2.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That
Called
was
healing
yours.
save 7.
Savant.
Savant.
Nice.
Words.
Yep.
Now level 2, my ray can heal a lot of people, so
Hey.
that's good to know.
Okay. So are you healing someone else?
Hey,
Or-
he's near me. I'll give the healing.
He
to him.
wasn't before.
He
I wasn't
wasn't.
before.
He was near me.
It's okay. I'm
I'll
really
just
okay.
Take the healing.
That's what I'm worried
I
about.
was real hurt.
Yeah.
Go for it. But I think make sure you don't still get that bonus healing. I think
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
So,
Like the same thing.
A break one higher. Yep.
over here, Anya.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Sure. Time out. Does marking require concentration? Okay. Then you technically still have concentration on your strike, on your gravity strike.
No.
Okay.
Open
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
15.
Do it.
That was me.
Eyes plugged out inside the helmet.
11 and 2 people hit me. I was like, okay, bye guys.
How do I deal with those?
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, I'm always down for ideas.
Hit.
Hey!
She hit.
Hey!
First time. I'm just kidding. First time since the beginning of combat.
God, that's not done yet.
Cool. So it's a graviton strike. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Okay. Fails.
Okay. So they are restrained by the gravity field for the duration.
Okay.
While restrained by this power, the target takes 1d6 force damage at the start of each
Okay.
turn.
It's like,
Can they attempt to escape?
No.
The creature's name in the field can use its action to make a strength check against your fortune save.
Okay. Got it.
Do that.
So basically,
This is inevitable.
Yeah, it's a version of ensnaring strike,
the crushing weight of defeat.
Yeah.
but it's a gravity well, which
Use
is
that action.
far more awesome
There you
than vines.
Yeah, I know.
So, Yeah.
So
You make a mini black hole. Like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That
Yeah.
is technically something that I can do. I just haven't pulled it out yet.
How much damage? 4. Okay. Yes. And because he is restrained, you get advantage on the second attack.
Advantage, you say?
Doesn't all of us need.
No,
Okay, cool.
no. It is, I actually looked at that. It's not an area of effect.
I'm like, let's make sure I didn't.
It just impacts. So instead of it being like a gravity, like a black hole,
Mhm.
it's when they get hit, their personal gravity
Oh, God.
just drain, just like they become really heavy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's just sort of rooting them into that place. Yeah.
Mhm.
Theoretically, with my Slayer's Mark, I gain advantage on attack rolls against that creature for 1 minute. So I would have advantage on it regardless.
Well, stuff.
But because all
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, definitely.
Dropping where he stands.
Very nice.
Oh, have you just been waiting this whole time? Where was this the whole time?
I was just surveying it and seeing how you guys were doing. And then when she dropped, I was
It's-
like, oh, you guys need some help.
It's like when you have the last piece of a puzzle and you're waiting for everyone else to finish putting all the other pieces and
Yeah.
hoarding that piece.
Zero's
and then
just
you put it
proud
in
mama
place.
over there going like, get him.
All right.
You
Got
did it. I'm so proud of you.
That's it.
10, 9, 8, 8 is the bad guy. He takes how much? A D6. Go roll it. It's yours.
That's your damage.
Roll the d6.
2.
2. Okay. He is going to use his action to attempt to drag himself out of this because if he doesn't, he will just get fucked up.
Yeah.
He does not. So
Sorry, not sorry.
that is his action.
Can you imagine if he died?
Doesn't have a bonus action. Okay. Yeah, you're seeing some of those crystals on him like crack just under the additional weight. Okay, 8, 7.
7 is me.
Do it.
Blast him to death.
I mean,
Blast
I'm
him.
gonna blast him with
Yay!
sprite.
Straight blast him to death.
He's going down.
Yeah.
He's
It
going
is.
down.
It is with advantage.
It is with that. Oh, that's a nat 20.
There you go.
Roll it again. You know what? Just
Roll it again just to see what else.
Just for
And
and
not dirty
19.
20.
Nice. And roll
Nice.
at advantage.
All right.
Just in case. Just in case you
Just
get the
in
double
case?
nat 20. You
Just-
never know. You never know.
Right. Oh,
Oh.
it's 12.
All right.
All right. So both hit.
Well, one's a crit, so roll one separately so you know which one is which.
Are you doubling the dice or are you rolling twice the amount of dice? That's fine. As long it's however you want to do it. You just gotta declare it ahead of time.
6. So that's
17 for the first hit.
Yep.
17 on the first hit. Nice.
And then this one. 8.
That's
That's 5. 13.
13. That's showtime. Tell us,
Anyway.
tell us what this Sprite Blast looked like.
Oh man,
It's a can of Sprite.
I didn't think that far. All right,
Like a commercial where
I
it's just
can't-
like an explosion.
you know
on
what?
things.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that because I use computers, so I can make it digitalized and look like Sprite, but then it changes into a bright color beam, like just a nice vibrant color beam. That's
Sort of green and yellow, maybe like
Yes.
twisting, like a helix.
Like
of
lights
effect.
just like spinning together.
Looks like a
towards
Pink
the
Floyd
enemy.
Oh wait, sorry, I was about to go way back. Pink Floyd
It's a
acid.
concert of lights.
Absolutely. The
Love that.
digital
Nice.
energy. Is it force damage or radiant?
Force.
So the force damage. So just
Oh, man.
it's a literal impact. And
Yes.
as he's
Ooh.
weighed down, it just sort of, you see the rock parts of his body begin to molt and fall, dropping into the ground. And they start to like crack the stairs just with their added weight and the added gravity. The little light burst comes out of him. That molten bit immediately hardens and he just sort of crumbles.
Oh, and
Well,
I take that HP.
Like,
So notate that this is where we are going to stop our adventure for tonight. Before we go, however, I want to do a debrief on our combat. So a few things that I saw here. So the first guys you fought were 1/8 challenge, simple moves. You one-shotted most of them. That's to be expected. The other guys that I had here. So the lieutenant was a CR5. And the people that he was working with were CR2. So I think maybe they just had too many hit points, or because the reason we're doing an E6 and the reason we have limited hit points on the hero side, the reason we're trying to distinguish the combat in our sci-fi game from the combat in the rest in the high fantasy game, right? In high fantasy, I think those epic like sword battles where it's going back and forth and who knows, right? That feels a little more in genre for me, unless it is like a boss fight. So if this length had been the leader, I would feel good about that. But this felt for being the intro, for being the a lieutenant, like I expected it to just go a little smoother for you guys, a little quicker. I don't. You did. And you did. You had 3 really rough rounds, but by the same token, we had 4 people who I don't really think I think you missed once. You had some solid spell usage. You were hitting half the time. You had good sneak attacks the whole way through. You had solid attacks the whole way through. So part of me feels like either because I want sci-fi combat. I want it to be dangerous, right? I want it because we're getting shot, and I want that to I want that to feel like have a different impact. I want it to be punchy. Yeah, a little faster, a little dirtier. And I think when we were doing Shadowrun, we did a couple of things. So I want to toss this out here, get your opinions. I think for the firearm dice or for weapon dice, it was 2 of those dice, right? That's what we did when we did the 5e Shadowrun. That seemed to help, but I don't know if I want to do that with this. So instead of it being all your guns being like 1d8, it was 2d8, right? Those sorts of things. What I'm thinking of trying with opinions is you're adding the proficiency die that you roll on the attack if you hit to the damage.
Okay.
So in the fiction of it, the better you are, the more skilled you are at your technique, the more impactful it is.
More attuned to who you are, the better.
Right. So that's sort of the idea, and it's always to me been a weird thing because we know in base 5e it's proficiency plus ability modifier plus a d20 to hit, and then when you roll damage, suddenly one of those numbers goes away, and everybody has a brain melt on that part when they're like, wait, do I add my proficiency or do I not? Do I add it or do I not? So I'm thinking if we just do that you roll a proficiency once, it gets added to both. And as you become more proficient in both your talents, your forging techniques, your weapons,
It'll add that little extra that we need to keep
it'll add a little extra. I also think I need to look at these hit points kind of ahead of time because the lieutenant had over 100, and I was sort of fine with him having a bunch. His 3 lesser guys had 67, and those guys they weren't terribly dangerous, and they were just soaking up hits.
Yeah.
So that's why the last 2 I just cut them in half, and because that felt more appropriate.
Yeah.
So I think if I sort of look at the levels of the guys and kind of set hit points in a range that I feel comfortable with, or a slightly adjusted one, and we're adding that proficiency damage. Now I'm going to add that on their side too. I'm hoping that combats. So my dream was tonight we would do 2 of these. So like a train shows up and it's kind of the same setup. You guys have practiced through one, you shoot through the other, then the boss is showing up. We're going to do that next week. But I want it, like I don't want you guys to be getting one-shotted, but I want it to be, I want you guys to be able to throw back.
I would say management of how much damage they can pump out.
Sure.
Is what would balance it out. I mean, for me, rogues are always going to pump out the most damage.
Sure.
Along with wizards, espers, and infiltrators. So like basing it on how much damage I can do is not going to be the average of like he's throwing 1d10 with every swing or d12. I'm not sure.
I'm sitting at a d8 when I'm using a one-handed d10.
Yeah. So
their average damage was between 8 and 15.
Yeah.
And they had even with the criticals, and they had the one big blast. The criticals, I think, maxed out at like 16. So the one big blast was up at 18. But everything else, the first when they rolled low, they were down around 7, and when they were averaging in the 12.
But if
range.
they would have hit, they missed a lot. If they would have hit all of those, we would have been mowed down.
Sure. Okay.
Like 100%. So the extra attack is kind of like, from 1 to 5 is usually like a boss trait. Like boss gets an extra attack for
Mhm.
normal parameters. So
So them all
and I'm not
having
saying not to do it
Sure.
because it pushed us a lot. But I think a lot of what that problem with that fight was tactically we all kind of just ran around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Also, part of it was also like that some of us had cover and some did not. So I felt
Mhm.
like you guys
Yeah.
were getting hit with most of the shots, which would be good for some of us and not
Yeah.
good, so good for others.
Like the
of
next
us.
week,
so
she's gonna
having,
try
like,
and run, and then literally Sierra's gonna be like, "No,
we will actually
your
protect you
sister
with their
will
lives this
impale me
time.
with her horns if
Yeah.
I let you do it again."
Yeah,
So
We don't speak about how you died.
yeah. So
passed out.
had
Knocked
a
out,
nap.
excuse me.
Had a restful nap. She was making those saves.
She was.
So I think we have some options. These are things that we're gonna continue to tweak.
I think once
As-
we are better knowing ourselves.
Yeah,
helps you
and
being effective.
and there's a lot of that. I know that, and also we were having a good time. We were making a lot of jokes tonight.
Mhm.
I am not worried about that. I was just looking at the math that was happening,
Okay.
and was this supporting the style of play that we're
Yeah.
trying to go for?
I thought it was great.
That
I
was
actually
fun.
really enjoyed it. I know a lot. Some of us were suffering,
Yeah.
and I almost died
enjoyed
too.
it.
But
I like the threat of death. Listen, I'm great. I never get that.
I think it would, and that's my
Real
thing.
secret
I think
game.
it was close. I
Mhm.
think we were.
Yeah.
I think we were there, but I want to make sure that it's difficult when it's intended to be difficult,
Mhm.
and it is not easy, but it's reaffirming and actiony when that is the goal.
and a
right?
balance,
Yeah.
especially if we need to do like stamina things,
Exactly.
like this step and then next session.
Yes.
Following that, we need to be able to like.
Right.
I've
So-
never played a meat shield before, so I'm really happy to stick it in things.
Anti, like metagaming, but I think it is a sci-fi thing to like have a plan of action.
Absolutely.
Go in
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and be like, this is what you're supposed to do, and you guys find cover, and we'll do this.
So my suggestion with that is always look for opportunities in I think it's more interesting when you can yell in the combat in character, right? Or communicate with each other, call things out. That's an opportunity. What I find happens is that we get like some great role play, and then it's like, all right, combat time, and everybody's like, okay,
Roleplay's
cool.
done.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
here's
All
my
right.
here,
Check this.
and I
See what I do
appreciate
best.
the efficiency of being like, these are the actions I am taking. But I think if you having the allowing yourself the opportunity to sort of, Holly, what are you doing? You're getting shot, girl. Run!
Holly,
Right?
oh my god!
No, you know what I mean.
Hollywood.
So or like where's Cyril? You know what I mean? Just those sort of things.
Yeah, I
Where
could have been like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. Wait, where did Zero go?
where's Ciro go? Or
It was right there. I don't know what happened.
Me looking under all the seats. Zero.
The most deadly thing.
Zero!
It's unseen.
Zero!
right.
It's
Magic. So
what? Yeah.
so I like to encourage players find those opportunities in the combat to speak to each other tactically. Absolutely. Well, yell, focus on the leader, or I've got these guys, or we need some cover, or so like we got to a little
Mm,
bit, yeah,
yeah.
like definitely communicate with each other. But I think it's more fun, and it's a little less like quarterbacky, or like, why are you attacking that person? Attack this person. I am mad at you as a player for doing what you were. Nobody is that way.
Yeah.
But I think if you can filter that stuff through character, it adds drama in a good show way, and not in a you're killing my character by playing badly way.
Mhm.
And that needs to be, I think, the goal.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
We all know I'll throw a character right out a window.
I tried to jump up into like a third story.
Yo,
Yeah, I
I-
almost died already.
Listen,
Like-
I play my character to exactly what the dice have chosen for
Yeah.
me. All right?
But, like in hindsight, if I would, if like I've got these guys, no freaking worry, you guys take on the lieutenant, like that would have been instead of be like, all right,
It's
But-
little things, and I know,
Yeah.
especially right now when we are all doing the translation of abilities and spells and all of that sort of stuff. Our minds are focused on something else. So that is A-OK. Second,
I could have been like, hey, I'm healing now. And you could have been like, I'm not
Zero, damn it, where are you? I need to heal everybody.
Nah. Sierra wasn't worried about that. Sierra was just like, kill everything and then run. And then run. That's we're solo artists in a way. And like we care about the team, but at the same time,
Wait. We're looking for Zero.
self-preservation.
We're looking for Zero. There's a shadowy spot over there. I think he's over there.
There's a
There's
camera
just like a pool
following.
of blood because he's
Yeah.
like just like really badly hurt, but otherwise you can't see anything.
You
And
see his
it's just like,
shadow.
damn it,
Follow the drops of blood as
Mhm.
they go.
damn it, Cyril, stop moving.
so the last thing, where it's nothing we can do now. You're not going to get the chance to use any of these points now. But if you played the session, add another point to your experience tally. And if you guys are interested in how those are going to be used, it's going to be during a downtime. But we can talk about that off camera, so I can get some information, and then we'll present it on camera once you guys are through this fight. We'll check availability with you guys for next week. If we can't have the same players, then in between a train car will show up with whoever's playing. So
They just been sitting in the back.
yeah, they just.
Lazy.
Hiding under the chairs,
just
being like,
overslept.
yeah,
I
I
think
got
I-
this.
I mean, I think they had
Second wave.
having a second train is not a bad.
Right.
You literally could have made that plan.
Respawn
Okay, we're not back
incoming.
at this
Is-
time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were like the opening team, like
Yeah,
the
to
go
check
in,
it out and see
clear,
what
and
happens.
everyone else is like,
The
all
Atlas
right, you guys
Corporation
cleared
would
it.
like to thank you. For
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for us tonight, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. We are gonna see you next time. But until then, be cool.